Good Friday afternoon and evening, everybody. Welcome back to Weather on the Go, all your weather coverage. Thank you guys so much for joining me here this evening. We are doing live severe weather coverage. We're going to be walking through the next couple of storms moving through here this evening across Texas. So stick with me here. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And again, like the live stream. Much appreciated, guys. I did go live a little bit later than I was expecting here today. But that is all right because we will be doing this live stream for just a little while, keeping you covered on the latest severe weather across portions of the southern plains into this evening. So thank you guys for joining. Much appreciated. Again, if you guys are just joining, make sure you press that like button. It helps to get all of this weather information out to as many people as possible. So I definitely appreciate it. But we have some severe weather. Again, we did have a severe thunderstorm up here toward the Dallas-Fort Worth area. That has been allowed to expire or be canceled. We do have the severe storm just to the north of Waco here. Again, this is just starting to form actually along the I-35 corridor near the Waco region. So if you live in Waco, this is just to the north of you. So if you're traveling from Waco to Dallas, you might be running into some stronger storms here with some heavy rain, some lightning, and also definitely some damaging winds and hail. So we got a severe thunderstorm here until 6 o'clock Central Daylight Time. This was located near the Aquila Lake area or 11 miles south of Hillsboro, moving across I-35 to the east. So from west to east at 20 miles per hour, and it is capable of producing 60 mile per hour wind gusts and some quarter-size hail here. We do have some supercell characteristics with this storm. I do want to note, let's kind of pause this real quick so we can dissect this a little bit further. We look at the high resolution velocity. There is some slight rotation with this storm. So just to the west of west in Texas here, and north of Waco, we have this storm, and you have a little bit of rotation in this area, and this will be pushing across to the east into over I-35 over the next couple of days, or over the next couple of hours, rather. Wow, it's been a long day. But yes, we got to be seeing that here moving across the West Texas region and into the Hubbard area as well, and then maybe as far east as Dawson here along County Road 31 as it crosses over I-35. So watch out for this broad rotation. We'll continue to track it over the next here, few minutes or so. We'll be watching the velocity signature on this. And again, you can see the reds and greens kind of coming together. It is not a tornado warned storm, I do want to note, but there is a little bit of a hook or appendage starting to develop with this storm. We have a little bit of an inflow notch here moving across the West Texas area and over I-35. So again, this has a kidney bean shape to it that does have to warrant the potential for a tornadic storm. So this does have the potential to go tornado warned within the next few frames of the radar. If the local National Weather Service offices have this, strengthening and the rotation continues to strengthen, then certainly we could have a tornado warning come out with that storm as well. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Farther down here to the south, across the Austin area, we're seeing a kind of more of a squall line of storms. So this is more linear, more of a damaging wind threat farther to the south. So you're kind of in the Waco and Killeen area. You're done with the severe weather in Killeen. You're pretty much done with the severe weather in the Waco region. So definitely you guys can relax there. But farther to the south into the Round Rock area, you're getting ready to see some very strong winds push through. We do have some 70 mile per hour wind gusts. So this is creating some tree damage, possibly some roof and siding damage as well with this as it pushes across these areas. It is pushing to the southeast at 30 miles per hour, and again 70 mile per hour wind gusts and quarter size hail is the hazard with this storm. The Austin area, Round Rock, Cedar Park, Georgetown, and also the Taylor region. You guys all need to take shelter now indoors, stay away from windows. A lot of lightning also with this line of storms, so we'll continue to monitor it as this pushes more to the southeast. So if you live in Austin, the downtown area here, these storms will be making its way into the northwest side of the city first, and then this will push across I-35 into the Austin region here and into portions of Round Rock here as we speak. So definitely be on alert for this as well. as we move closer in the next probably 10 minutes or so, 10, 15 minutes. This will be pushing into the Austin region. Farther south, we have more strong storms down here into the Kerrville area, Medina, getting into Lakeway in the Bourne, Texas region. This will be moving down toward the San Antonio region with time. We got some 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, quarter-size hail with this line of storms down here, and that is also moving southeast at 30 miles per hour. So we'll be watching you guys in the Medina area, Kerrville, Bourne, the Comfort area, Blanco, and then getting into the Round Mountain area. So if you guys live in those areas, definitely take shelter now. 60, perhaps 65-mile-per-hour wind gusts will be moving in this direction towards the south and east with time. So definitely be on the lookout for this line of storms. Not too concerned, symptomatically about any tornadoes across this region. I don't think these storms are ripe to produce tornadoes, at least with more of a linear mode. But there always has to be a lookout for some brief spin-up tornadoes with this, especially as we go up towards portions of like the Round Rock area, College Station with time, Austin. We'll continue to watch these areas in the leading edge for some brief spin-up tornadoes, but overall the damaging wind threat is much higher with this storm. If we were looking more at a tornado signature, that would be farther north. So north of Waco, this would be the storm. It's all alone. It has the chance to produce a tornado as well. So we'll continue to watch these storms very closely over the next half hour or so. The good news is the one up here towards the west area, let's look at the velocity. Again, it's pretty broad, but let's go back to the last few radar scans and see what this has shown over the past few minutes. So right now, it doesn't appear to be producing a tornado. That's why we only have a severe thunderstorm warning here. But I, again, wouldn't be surprised if this thing goes tornado warned real soon, because it is showing a little of, subtle signs of rotation here. But it has taken a little while, so we'll continue to watch that. Nice logo, weather on the go. Thank you so much, Tim. I appreciate it. Yeah, I was working on that all night last night. I got a new logo, guys. Yeah, I got a new logo. It's on the screen now, and I redid my entire banner on my YouTube channel. So if you guys want to go check that out sometime, pretty cool on there. So I did all that stuff over the past couple of days. So that's what I've been working on. Slowly but surely improving my thumbnails on my videos. So I'm going to be doing that as well. Hey y'all, how's Collin County gonna be looking? I'm not sure. Where's Collin County at? What city are we talking about here, Sandy? Hello, Linda. Thank you for joining. And again, thank you for joining Tim Key. Appreciate it. So again, we're going to continue to watch these storms, again, moving across I-35. That's pretty much where they are now. The most severe storms are down here from Waco and then down through Round Rock, Austin, and then just northwest there of San Antonio. We do have some more severe weather to talk about here. Let's go back to looking at the high resolution reflectivity. Down here into the Rio Grande Valley area, we have some big supercells down here. These could become tornado producers as well. They have a little bit of some supercell characteristics. These will probably be more likely to produce some large to very large hail because of the high instability reservoir down in this region. So this is from Uvalde, Texas, down through the Teague area and here into the Rio Grande Valley. I do apologize ahead of time. I am not very good at pronouncing these names down here in southern Texas, so bear with me. I'm from the Midwest, northern Illinois in particular, so I am not very used to naming some of these cities down here. So again, give me plenty of your patience. I appreciate it. But in general, if you live up near the Uvalde, Texas region, we got some 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail there. The Batesville region, Uvalde Estates, Washer, and U.S. Highway 83. So if you live in those areas or along U.S. Highway 83 down there, this is for southeastern Uvalde and northern Zavala counties here in southern Texas. Just watch out for some damaging winds and some large hail down there. Oh, the McKinney area. Okay, we'll look at that here in a moment, Sandy, I promise you. I know that storm was severe warned earlier. I don't believe there's a severe warning on that anymore. That was allowed to expire, I do believe. We got another storm farther to the south here. This is producing a little bit of some bigger hail south of Uvalde down here as well, just south of Highway 57 and west of Highway 83. We got some ping pong ball size hail. So these storms are producing bigger hail as expected with the higher instability. And we have 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts as well with the storm, the La Pryor area. Definitely watch out for that. And then farther south toward the U.S.-Mexican border, we have a 60-mile-per-hour wind gust, half-dollar size hail possible here. This storm is moving due east at 25 miles per hour. So if you live in the Siesta Acres area, the Fabrica area, the Elm Creek area, definitely watch out for that. Down toward the Rio Grande Valley for some big hail there as well. $50 to ping pong ball size. Moving to the north, answering Sandy's question here about the McKinney area. There is storms pushing through and just south of McKinney. We got some very heavy rainfall right now across places like the Garland area into Plano. I'll put this in motion for you. And these storms are pushing just south of McKinney, so up toward the Greenville, Sulphur Springs, and the Terrell area. So really kind of right up I-30. As it pushes just south of McKinney. So we may have a brief downpour for a period of time on the southern side of the city there, McKinney, but I think the heaviest of the rain will push toward Greenville, move through the Plano and Garland regions, and then into Terrell, and then eventually downstream into the Sulphur Springs area. That is what I think will occur. So kind of looking at this a little bit further, you can see the trajectory of these storms. I think anywhere in this zone here will be apt to see some heavy rain. Probably not anything too severe, but probably just some heavy rain. We'll continue to watch this cell here because it does appear to be strengthening as well with a lot of this heavy rain kind of spreading out across this region. Yeah, you're welcome, Sandy. I'm here for you and to answer everybody's questions. So that is why I'm live this evening or this afternoon, whichever way you look at it. It's 5 o'clock. Hey, Catherine, thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Again, guys, if you guys are not yet subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel, guys. We get detailed weather breakdowns on this channel every morning, 9 a.m. You guys get a video. You guys can watch it. Lots of great stuff on there. Love breaking down the weather pattern for you guys. And again, thank you guys for joining me this evening for live severe weather coverage. We're just talking about some of these severe storms pushing through the southern plains. Not too worried about any tornado threat right now, but there is still that chance, so we'll continue to monitor that. But if you guys are not yet subscribed to the channel, again, be sure to do that. You can follow me on Twitter at hweather420 and also like the live stream down below. We have 24 likes, I see. Appreciate it, guys. The more likes we get, the more people that join the live stream. So please keep pressing that like button. Definitely appreciate it. We got a new severe thunderstorm warning. This does include the Austin, Texas area. So let's dissect this. We got some bigger hail down here. This is for southeastern Williamson County, southeastern Travis County, northwestern Bastrop County, and northwestern Lee County. This is all in south central Texas here until 6 o'clock this evening. So this is for the next, say, 50 minutes or so. Okay, so this storm was located over the Windermere area, moving southeast at 25 miles per hour. So you notice these aren't moving very quick, but they will pack a punch here. Ping pong ball size hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Trained weather spotters have also reported ping pong ball size hail in the Round Rock area just a few minutes ago, actually, at 5:03 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So we already are seeing some ping pong ball size hail being realized into the Round Rock area. So if you live there, watch out. If you live in the Manor area, 5:35 in your time, and then getting into the Elgin, Texas region at 5:45. So you guys have some time to heed the warning, but just make sure you do go indoors and stay away from windows as the storm pushes on through. Other areas impacted include the Knob Springs area, Sunset Valley, Garfield, Blue, Bearsville, the Creedmoor area, Maha, also the San Leanna area, McDade, and also Del Valle. If you guys live in those areas, just be on the lookout for 60-mile-per-hour winds. With this line of storms, it has had a history of producing up to 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So we have seen some potential for tree damage with this line of storms, and also the potential for some roof damage, siding damage, especially with the bigger hail out here. Some windshield damage to your cars. So you don't want your car looking like a golf ball. So bring your cars indoors if you can, into like a garage or under an awning of some sort, to keep it safe from any of the large hail out there. All right. Thank you, Saunders. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. How you doing this afternoon or this evening? Yeah, you're welcome, Zen Mom. Yeah, definitely coming on here to talk severe weather with you guys and get you caught up on the latest warnings live here on the live stream today. Appreciate you joining as well. Bleecker family, Toronto tuning in. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I cover Toronto in some of my videos every morning, so hopefully you are subscribed to the channel as well as everybody else. I appreciate it. But again, this is really the only game in town here, all down into Texas so far. Just counting it up, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 11 severe thunderstorm warnings right now into mainly south central Texas. All right, so that is what we are currently seeing. And most of these storms are more linear. You can see they are producing more in the way of damaging winds. So if you live in Austin, these storms are coming into your area, especially the northwest side of the city right now. This will be pushing down toward Lockhart, New Braunfels, also down into San Antonio with time. So San Antonio could get some back building here and some storms in your area. Watch out for that within the next hour or two in San Antonio. College Station, another area we'll be watching for some severe weather. This will be pushing in closer to you within the next hour or two, so definitely watch out. And this is all northwest of Houston, so eventually these storms will be pushing toward the Houston area, but later this evening. So this will be probably after 8, 9 o'clock. So just to put this in perspective for you guys, while the radar is still in loop, these storms right here, will continue to try to back build down here toward the Mexican U.S., the U.S.-Mexico border, and this will be able to push farther to the southeast into the better instability down in here as we go deeper into the evening. But as you guys know, after sunset, the instability, the energy in the atmosphere begins to slowly go down and decrease. So these storms will start to slowly fall apart. But I think they reach the Houston metro area, Galveston, Beaumont, Texas, and then down toward Victoria, maybe even Corpus Christi here later on this evening and toward the midnight time frame. Are you covering Florida? I will. I don't know. Is there any severe storms over here in Florida? Well, there's nothing happening in Florida severe weather-wise right now. We do have some special weather statements. We'll tap into this real quick. If you live in like the Palm Bay area, so let's go over here to Florida real quick, since people are asking about Florida. So if you live in the Melbourne area, in the Palm Bay area, this is the east coast there of Florida, the eastern side. This is just to the south and east of Kissimmee. We have a couple of cells here producing some gusty winds and some hail. Winds in excess of 40 miles per hour and some penny-sized hail with this storm. These are not severe warned in Florida, but they're just some strong storms. So what the National Weather Services do is they put these special weather statements out when they're just under severe thunderstorm warning criteria. So just right up along to the severe thunderstorm warning criteria, you could have a 57 mile per hour wind gust and it would not be classified as a severe thunderstorm. But if you have a 58 mile per hour wind gust or higher, that would be classified as a severe thunderstorm technically. Or hail that could be an inch or greater. That's also another classification for severe weather or a severe thunderstorm. So Palm Bay, Melbourne, Satellite Beach, Malabar, and the Indian Atlantic area. Definitely watch out for that. 40 plus mile per hour winds, some penny sized hail with that. Another decent cell down here just to the south, just between Sebastian and Vero Beach here in Florida. This is approaching the beach area there in Vero Beach. Same thing here, wind gusts over 40 miles per hour and also some penny-sized hail, so watch out for that. Sebastian, Vero Beach, Fellsmere, also the Indian River Shores and Gifford area. Definitely watch out for that storm. That'll be pushing into the Vero Beach area shortly. All these storms are pushing from west to east across Florida. There is, I want to note, more back building of these storms back to the west, so we could have more supercells developing with time. But really, synoptically, I think the more impressive severe weather threat for Florida will actually be on Saturday tomorrow. That's what it's looking like. Thank you so much, Saunders, for your $4 donation. Appreciate it. Thank you. Everybody give Saunders a round of applause in the live stream chat. Thank you. Much appreciated. A little bit goes a long way. I definitely appreciate the support on the channel. Just you guys being here is supporting the channel. So thank you. Much appreciated. Thank you, Saunders. Sitting in a parking deck in North Austin currently. Wow, this is wild. Yeah, there's a lot of strong. There probably is even a wall cloud. I wouldn't be surprised pushing through those areas as well. So definitely watch out for that. We'll get back down to the Austin area here in just a moment. Let's take a look at some of these storms into southeastern Florida. This is just north of Miami and Fort Lauderdale. We got some decent storms down into the West Palm Beach area, the Delray Beach. We got some supercell storms down here. These are mainly producing some 40, 50 mile per hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail as well. Nothing too crazy with these, but just watch out. Funnel clouds occasionally touch down and produce tornadoes or water spouts, so you definitely have to be on the lookout for that with these type of storms. Some water spouts could occur. So we're going to continue to watch those. All right, but no severe thunderstorm warnings, no tornado warnings for Florida currently. So getting back over to the Austin region, we have a report of the Austin area seeing some storms moving in, and you can see that it's knocking on the doorstep of downtown Austin right now, if not already starting to see the front edge, the leading edge of the storms pushing into downtown Austin as we speak. If you're not, this will happen and occur in the next couple of minutes. So if you live in Austin, we're seeing the big storms push through. You're probably seeing maybe a wall cloud. You may be seeing a shelf cloud perhaps with this, and then you get the big winds, and you can see the lightning illuminating in the distance. That's that big line of storms pushing through. You're going to get a big whiplash of rain and wind. It's going to be wind-driven rain and maybe some hail with it as well. So definitely be indoors if you live in Austin right now. Hopefully I don't get a drought because I'm in below average precipitation. If you live anywhere east of the Rockies besides the Great Plains, I think you'll be fine for the next couple of months, to be honest. Quite an active weather pattern. Even if you're in the Midwest, it's been dry lately. You guys will get some rain probably into the middle of May. You guys will be fine. The new Climate Prediction Center seasonal drought outlook just came out probably I would say about a week ago, 5 to 7 days ago or so, and they're not concerned about it, so I'm not concerned, especially so. And what I'm looking at, we got an active pattern into May. You guys will be fine. You don't need that much rain anyway. You got a lot of areas up in the Midwest have seen a lot of snow melt and stuff, so they don't need any rain anyway right now. Weather on the Go, the place to go for an accurate forecast. Thank you, Linda. Appreciate it. Yeah, I put a video. I'll have another video out for you guys tomorrow morning for sure, like I always do. My May forecast, I know I didn't put an April forecast out. The reason why, if you guys go down on my YouTube page and you go down and scroll down on the page, I don't have an April forecast that I put out on April 1st. It wasn't an April Fool's joke. It was just we had a lot of severe weather. If you guys remember, March 31st, April 1st was that big tornado outbreak. I wanted to cover that, and I wanted to have a lot of information on that with my videos, so I didn't focus my perception per se on April, the whole month as a whole, So basically, I just wanted to focus on the severe weather threat. But on May 1st, it looks a little quieter this month, starting May, so I will have a May forecast out for you. And what I do is the first day of each month, I put a video out, and I kind of outline what you could expect that entire month. So that's what I'll be doing on May 1st. And then my summer forecast video will be out on between May 8th and 10th, somewhere in that time frame. So if you guys are looking forward to a summer video, I'm also working on a hurricane forecast video. That'll be out within the next couple of weeks, at the latest probably around Mother's Day weekend or just shortly thereafter. So that'll be coming out within the next couple of weeks. But yeah, if you live in San Antonio, get ready. We got some back building to these storms. You can see the storms are getting a little bit more feisty here just to the northwest of New Braunfels and the San Antonio region. Here's the San Antonio area that I'm circling now, and this is just to the north and west of you. So we'll continue to monitor it, still producing some 60 mile per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail as we speak. So we'll continue to watch you guys in the San Antonio area. We're still keeping an eye on the storms down here into the southern Texas region toward the Rio Grande Valley. Some supercells, mainly some big hail producers down here. We got some half-dollar size hail, some 60 mile per hour winds, and even some ping pong ball size hail down here from time to time. This is right along the Rio Grande Valley here. So this is getting into far southern Texas, right along the U.S.-Mexico border. We're still keeping an eye on the storm just north of Waco, this supercell all alone for the most part up here. The good news is it's not showing any characteristics like it was earlier with a hook on the storm anymore. We had a little bit of a hook back here, kind of like this. Now it's kind of a little bit more broad, so I'm not concerned about any tornado threat with this. Just some 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail as it pushes slowly off to the east at 20 miles per hour. So putting a tracker on this here, we'll put a tracker on this for this storm here as it pushes right across West Texas into Hubbard. We'll put a tracker on this farther to the east. So the area is impacted. If you live in Hubbard, this will be moving into Hubbard, Texas in 10, 11 minutes. Dawson, Texas, close to about half an hour from now, 28, 29 minutes away. The El Dorado Center area in 41 minutes, and then 45 minutes away or so is the Rodney, Texas area. Okay, so this will really only be impacting about 5,000 to 10,000 people within the next, say, hour or so. So we'll continue to monitor this storm as well. If it does start to rotate and go tornado warned, we will be the first ones here to let you know and keep you covered. Again, I appreciate everybody joining. Be sure to press that like button, thumbs up button down below, and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you for all the support. Yeah, this is a nasty squall line. And the thing is, as we get deeper into the evening, this could strengthen a little bit early on this evening. That low-level jet will be increasing. Usually, nocturnal low-level jets are very efficient at producing some strong winds, especially this time of the year. All right, we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning out here. This is for the College Station area in Bryan, Texas. So get ready for some storms. This big line of storms is about to move into College Station rather soon. It will take some time to get there. It's not moving very quick. It's moving about 25, 30 miles an hour. But we do have that for places along a line extending from near the Hearne, Texas area to 6 miles east of Rockdale to 9 miles southeast of Thrall, Texas. This is moving southeast again, 25, 30 mile per hour movement, so not very fast, but get ready for 60, perhaps up to 70 mile per hour wind gusts with this line of storms if it does strengthen, and some quarter-size hail. College Station, Bryan, Caldwell, the Snook area, Curtin, get ready for the Kyle Field area, Deanville, and the Kreisman area. Definitely get ready for that as it pushes closer to you within the next half hour to 45 minutes. So we'll be keeping an eye on this. A lot of lightning probably with this as well. Let's look at the echo tops with these storms. How tall are these storms? Pretty tall, actually. The southernmost storm down here, just northwest of San Antonio, is pretty tall down here. Look at that, guys. Almost 60,000 feet. That's 59,000 foot tops. That is about 10 miles to almost 10 and a half miles up in the atmosphere. That is extremely tall storm, and no wonder why we're seeing the good rush of wind from these storms and also some large hail pushing through. So this storm will be moving up toward the Bourne area. So if you live in Bourne, I would watch this storm for some pretty big hail, and if not, some big wind as this pushes on through. With this, whenever you see a storm around 50, 60,000 feet, you know you're talking about some big time severe storms. So yeah, that's back toward the Medina area. The hail core would actually be sitting just between Medina and Bandera here into Texas. And that'll be pushing up in toward the Bourne, Texas region over the next, say, 45 minutes or so. Again, a lot of these storms aren't moving too terribly quickly, so that's the good news. That's the silver lining about this. You have time to react. But when the storms do get there, definitely move indoors, stay away from windows because they will pack a punch, okay? We got the 60, 70 mile per hour winds and also the large hail threat. We have the vivid lightning out there, a lot of cloud to ground lightning, a lot of energy in the atmosphere today, and even the potential still exists for a brief spin up tornado along the leading edge of these storms, okay? Just because it's a line, it's more linear, it doesn't mean that the tornado threat is completely muted. It is still there, but right now, just looking at more of a convective wind event with more of some damaging hail. All right. All right, let's look up to the storm here just north of Waco real quick here. Let's check this storm out. Once again, let's look at the high resolution velocity. And you can see that this storm it's trying to wrap up just a little bit. Earlier on, it had a little bit of an appendage trying to develop as it crossed over I-35 into the West Texas region. It kind of lost its luster, but now it's back and in business and trying to spin up something again. But we got that supercell characteristic with it again. With more of a appendage on it, kind of that kidney bean shape again. We have a little bit of an inflow notch. There's nothing interrupting this storm, the inflow to it. So it's all by itself. There's not much happening to the south and east into the Mexia area or even up here into the Groesbeck, Teague, Waco. There's nothing stopping this storm from rotating right now. The only thing that's stopping the storm is itself. So we'll continue to watch that. Again, I just looked at the high resolution velocity. It's very broad rotation. Okay, so let's put this in loop, the last few radar scans, and you can see it's there, but it is strengthening. The reds and greens are starting to come back closer to each other. It did kind of broaden out very much so. We kind of thought, this storm was done producing those, extreme supercell tornadic characteristics, but now it's starting to come back and produce the potential for maybe a funnel cloud or even a tornado soon. We'll watch this. Only a severe thunderstorm warning for right now, but I would not be surprised if this does go tornado warrant soon. So let's continue to cross our fingers that it doesn't, but if it does, we'll be the first one to let you know. Farther north here, I want to update you guys in North Texas, the Dallas area. You're seeing some heavy rain move through right now. Downtown Dallas on southwestward toward Mesquite here as well. Garland, Rockwall. You guys are done with your severe weather threat for the day in McKinney. So if you live in McKinney, you're good. If you live in Plano, you're good. The Irving area back to Bedford, Fort Worth, back to the Frisco area, Denton. You guys are all good. The severe weather threat has ended for your area. So that is some good news. So if you live in McKinney, so a line along and west of McKinney to Plano to Arlington and Dallas and all the way down toward the Fort Worth region, you guys along and west of that line, you guys are all safe and okay from the severe weather today. All of that is pushing farther east. And there is no longer a severe warning with these storms. We do have some, possibly some smaller hail with this. That's why we have a special weather statement just to the east of McKinney. This is mainly, again, just sub-severe type of criteria. So that's why the National Weather Service puts out these special weather statements. This is for winds in excess of 40 miles per hour and nickel-size hail. Just watch out for that. Again, this is all east of McKinney. And that'll be pushing farther to the north and east. So let's kind of put this in motion and show you. This is going to be pushing up toward the Bonham area and eventually toward Paris, Texas within the next hour or two. Sulphur Springs, get ready. You're going to be seeing some heavy rainfall, maybe some lightning and claps of thunder. No severe weather with this up toward Greenville or the Sulphur Springs area. So that's some good news. Mineola, you guys will see that just to your north and west. So again, if you guys are just joining, McKinney, Texas, down to Plano, Dallas, and Fort Worth, and Flower Mound, Frisco, Denton, all you guys along there and on westward, you guys are done with the severe weather today. The severe weather threat has ended. All right, guys, we need to keep an eye on the storm down here just to the north and east of Waco, moving toward the Hubbard area, Dawson, and then over toward Wortham. All these areas. This is a very impressive storm. Look at the last few scans. It has really started to develop more of an appendage here. So that concerns me a little bit more about producing maybe a tornado with this over the next, say, maybe 10, 15 minutes or so. We'll continue to watch this. This could go tornado warned. Let's look at the velocity signature on here. And you're definitely seeing more of the reds and greens coming together. Let's put the radar view and scan in again. Look at that. Just over the past couple of frames, we're seeing that red try to tighten up there a little bit more. So if you live in Hubbard, Dawson, or over as far east as the Wortham area, you definitely need to be on high alert for this storm. This could go tornado warned. And it would be possible to drop a tornado within the next 10, 15 minutes if this continues to cycle its way like it's been cycling the past couple of minutes. I do not have a Facebook page. No, I do not. I just have Twitter for right now. I was thinking about starting a Facebook page for weather, but I have not done so yet. I've been working on my new logo. If you guys like it, definitely appreciate all the good compliments that I've gotten. That logo that's on the screen now, that's my new logo on my channel. I have a new banner on my YouTube channel. I've just been working on that lately. Yeah, but look at this, guys. You have the inflow notch in here. Nothing is interrupting this. I mean, this thing is classic supercell. It's a kidney bean shape. I mean, this is what you look for. You got the hail core up here just to the east of West, between West and Hubbard. And then you got that inflow notch to the south here, and that tornado, if it develops, would be sitting right in here, and that would be pushing over County Road 31 and just south of Hubbard and Dawson, and then pushing right toward Wortham. That's why we need to be watching this if you live in Wortham, Hubbard, or Dawson, okay? As the storm crosses further off toward the east. And this is a tall storm as well. Look at this, guys. If I zoom this in, you can see this storm's up near 46,000 feet. So this does have a little bit of legs with it. It's pretty tall. Looking at the base velocity again, you want these for a tornado genesis. The greens and the reds have to come together. They're together, but they're not quite, right next to each other, real tight next to each other. It's not really compact. So it's still some broad rotation. We're not seeing a tornado right now, but again, if we did see one, it would be pushing to the east toward Wortham. So we will be watching this storm very, very closely over the next 5 to 10 minutes. That is my utmost priority here on this live stream, is watching this storm for you guys down here. Again, just to get your bearings, this is north and east of Waco, Texas, okay? So this just crossed over I-35. This is pushing into East Texas, but it's just north and east of Waco. We got 97 people in here and only 51 likes, guys. So appreciate if you guys would press that like button. I appreciate it. All the support on this channel. And again, if you guys are not yet subscribed, press the subscribe button down below. It's free to do, and I promise you guys, we got some great weather content on this channel. I'll have a new video out for you guys at 9 a.m. Every morning, 9 a.m. It's pronounced Bernie. Are you sure? Because it looks like Bourne, Texas. Is that how it's pronounced, really? All right, so the newest scan just came in with this one, and let's see here. That's not very helpful, though. It's still pretty broad, so that's some good news. That's why there's no tornado warning on this storm. And I'm very curious why they don't even have a tornado possible tag on this, which is very interesting. You would think they would have a tornado possible tag on this, maybe with the new warning if it gets extended. We're still watching this. If you live in Austin, Texas, we still have that squall line pushing through. You're seeing the 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts as we speak. So if you live in the Austin, Texas region, you're seeing that big rush of wind coming through. This is approaching the College Station area in Bryan, Texas within the next, say, 20, 30 minutes. So get ready if you live in Bryan first and then College Station after that. Get ready for a big surge in wind. I wouldn't be surprised. And I want to note this here, guys. You see how it's trying to bow out a little bit here? We got some rain kind of starting to kind of take that shape and kind of push more south and east toward College Station. That could be more of an enhanced area of convective wind pushing through. That could be pushing those wind gusts closer to 70 miles per hour. I would not be surprised if that is occurring. MT is correct. All right, I wasn't sure. It looks like somebody who lives in the Midwest. It looks like Bourne, but thank you for letting me know. I appreciate it. So Bernie, I'll be sure to say that. Thank you guys. Do you plan on starting yeah, potentially soon. I'm not sure. Not anytime soon right now, but maybe in May or June. We'll see. Thank you so much, Sarah, for liking. Appreciate it. I'm getting 1 to 3 inches of snow tomorrow night. Are you up in the upper Midwest? Any of the snow this time of year, unless you live in like the Rockies, you ain't gonna get. You're not gonna get much, and it's not gonna stick around long. The April sun angle, it's not gonna stick. You're not gonna have to do much shoveling, if any. Let's not talk about snow too much, though, on this stream. We're talking about severe weather. We don't want to hear that 4-letter word, snow. We're getting into May, guys, in the next couple of days. We don't want to hear snow anymore, am I right? Yeah, so if you live in Austin, you're getting the storms. The New Braunfels area up here towards San Antonio, watch out, San Antonio. It doesn't look like these storms will be pushing into your area, but I promise you there's a lot of back building back here. So you see the storms developing back toward the Medina, Texas area. This could start to propagate closer toward Hondo, Texas down here. I know Hondo, Texas is very famous for the big hail that has happened in Texas before. So, again, maybe more big hail there as well today. We'll see. Also, the San Antonio region, watch out. Big wind, big hail possible later on here in the next couple of hours. Definitely be watching out for that. And then we got our big storms down here still into southern Texas toward the Rio Grande Valley, just to the south and east of Uvalde. This is starting to develop more of a linear mode as well, so this is transitioning slowly from large hail to damaging wind, but we do see some big hail down here into the southeastern Maverick County, southwestern DeMitt County here. This is, again, moving east at 25 miles per hour, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, half-dollar size hail. Wouldn't even be surprised if we even saw some ping-pong ball size hail. We have seen that over the past few minutes there, at least the potential for that. South and west of San Antonio, we got a storm down here, another storm for Frio County. This is Frio County in south central Texas till 6:30 p.m. This is capable of producing 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and another chance for quarter-size hail. That's pushing just across I-35. This will be approaching the Pleasanton area into I-37 soon. This will be just south of San Antonio. Hey, Tanner, thanks for joining. Appreciate it. I want warm weather. Yeah, me too. I know it's been chilly up here. I live in northern Illinois, and I'm tired of the cold weather. I want the warm weather finally. Hopefully, we can get some toward the middle of May. Usually around Mother's Day weekend and after. Usually we warm up into the 70s and 80s, and that looks to occur this year. So we'll hopefully cross our fingers for that. So if you live in Austin, big storms right now. You're seeing torrential rain. If you live in Round Rock, your severe weather threat has ended. So if you live in Round Rock or Lakeway, the back edge of the storms, Kerrville, Fredericksburg, up toward Cameron, Temple, Killeen, Texas, you guys are all done with the severe weather for today. You guys are all done with the severe weather for today. So if you live in Killeen, Temple, Fredericksburg, or Kerrville, you guys are done. Round Rock, you're done. Lakeway, you're done. Cameron, you're done. We're still watching you up toward Waco. Right now, it appears Waco, you are done with the severe weather threat for today. That severe storm is just to your north and east, so you are done with the severe weather today in Waco. But the reason why I kind of hesitate right now is because there's a little bit of some shower activity, low top showers, thunderstorm trying to pop up just west of I-35, but this also should go mainly north of Waco. So I'm pretty confident Waco, Gatesville, Killeen, Temple, all you guys are pretty okay for tonight. You guys are all right. Severe weather has ended. Yeah, make sure you all follow me on Twitter. It's on the screen or in the description down below. Follow me at HWeather420. Periodically, I will be updating the Twitter page. I'll be flooding it with a lot of retweets, reposting a lot of storm pictures, more, synoptic details about our upcoming severe weather potential. I'll be doing that. My severe weather season starts in late May. Yeah, climatologically, probably so. Usually in the Midwest, you see the severe weather increase into May and especially June up there. Yeah, let's look at the velocity for this storm again. Let's check this out. Again, yeah, very broad. So I don't think this is going to go tornado warned anytime soon, and probably won't, honestly, at all, because this is really broadening out. It goes in cycles. It looks like it's going to start wrapping up, and then it kind of falls apart before it really even does so. So that's the good news. We don't want any big storms down here. But I would still watch it. If you live in Dawson, Hubbard, or Wortham, watch it again. And this is going to be approaching I-45 within the next half hour or hour. And we kind of look at the last few radar scans. Let's take it back all the way to west here. You see more of a trying to kind of fall apart here over the west region, which is good, but then it kind of starts to recycle, gets a little bit more of a stronger hook on here. Looks like it might drop a tornado. The National Weather Service wasn't fooled, and they said, nope, this ain't dropping a tornado. They're correct, and then it's going more linear again. But some big hail with this storm. This is producing some big hail. It says an inch in diameter, but the hail core might actually be strengthening with this. Again, wouldn't be surprised if we saw some $half, maybe isolated ping pong ball size hailstones with this storm. A new warning for this storm just came out for northern Limestone County and southeastern Hill County. This is in central Texas until 6:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time. 5:40 p.m. Central Time. A severe thunderstorm was located 7 miles southwest of Hubbard, or 16 miles northeast of Lacey Lakeview, moving east at 25 miles an hour. So that's the thing. You guys have a lot of time to heed the warning. So there should be no excuse why you guys can't be indoors and stay away from windows, because this storm's moving very slowly, crawling east at 25 miles per hour. So 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, quarter-size hail here. So Mexia, Hubbard, Coolidge, the Lake Mexia area, Fort Parker State Park, Mount Calm, the Penelope area, Byram, over to Fallon, Shiloh, and Prairie Hill, Texas. All these areas, watch out for this. And this is kind of taking more of an east to southeast trajectory now, trying to drop toward the better instability. And usually that happens a lot of times this time of year with supercells. If there's not a lot of storm action to the south, doesn't have a lot of interaction, and you have better instability south, better energy source, it's going to start dropping more southeast. And that's kind of the orientation of the jet stream as well. So that's something we're going to have to continue to watch. But definitely some big hail here. You can see the purples and blues showing up. I would be shocked if this is not producing, $half or ping pong ball size hail just south and west of Hubbard, Texas. Yeah, from the furnace to the air conditioning. Yeah, absolutely. I know, right? That's what we've been going through at the Midwest lately. Furnace, air conditioning, windows open, furnace, air conditioning. Yeah, that's what we've been doing lately. I know. Hopefully we can just get into the windows open weather for a while, and then, what comes after that. Unfortunately, we had to turn the air on, but hopefully the summer is not too extremely hot up across the United States. But I think, again, this summer for many of us will probably trend near to slightly above average with temperatures, just depending on where you are. Again, I'll have that video out for you guys, a summer forecast video, the second weekend of May. So like May 8th, May 10th, just a few days before Mother's Day, I'll have that out. I'm working on my hurricane forecast video, and I'll have my on May 1st. I'll have my May outlook out. You guys can look at that as well. I'll have a great video out for that. We'll go over temperature trends, precipitation trends, what you can expect every single first of the month. I will be continuing to put out videos, monthly forecasts to take you through each week of the month to know what your guys' weather pattern all across the country, coast to coast, southern Canada, all in North America. You guys get it on this channel, so we'll be doing that May 1st. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the new radar scan on this storm. Definitely seeing some big hail popping up here. Let's see if have the echo tops gotten any taller with this storm. Possibly. Kind of steady here, about 44,000 feet. Still a pretty strong storm, though. Yeah, just northwest of Hubbard, that's the tallest part of the storm. That's 46,000 feet. So just almost a mile up in the atmosphere, almost 10 miles up in the atmosphere. So this is about 9.5 miles up in the atmosphere. That's how tall this storm is. So, and then we have another storm developing northwest of Waco down here. The environment's still there. If the energy's not worked over, we could be seeing more severe storms just crossing over I-35 if this continues to develop. We'll watch that. Melissa, 100 people, only 50 likes. Well, thank you guys. Yeah, definitely like this live stream. We only have 67 likes and 98 people, 100 people watching. So please, please, please press that like button. It's the thumbs up button down below the live stream there. Right below the live stream, you can press the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and also hit the notification bell so you guys get these live streams and the videos every morning and every time I go live. Yeah, we're very quickly approaching 30,000 subscribers, guys. We're up to 29,475. So you know what that means? We're 525 subscribers away from 30,000 even. So please, if you want to help me out, subscribe to the channel. Definitely appreciate all the support. I've been able to grow, thanks to you guys, 30,000 subscribers in just a little over a year. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All the work has been worth it for sure. I love what I do on here. Appreciate it. Sorry I've been... No, you're not annoying at all. Not annoying at all. Don't worry about it. You're not annoying at all, Rain Maves. You're just asking questions. I get it. I welcome everybody's questions. So don't feel bad. So if you live in Austin, you're just about done with the heavy rainfall, but this is really starting to take off. If you live in San Antonio, this storm, you're going to see severe weather probably in San Antonio, especially at least the north side of the city there. And then into New Braunfels, we still have some big hail down here, guys. Look at this. We got some golf ball size hail likely with this, and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And this is starting to pick up a little bit more steam. It's moving southeast at 35 miles per hour as we speak. San Antonio, New Braunfels, San Marcos, into the Schurz area, Kyle, Buda, the Bernie area, and then over here toward the Lockhart region. And let's put a tracker on this to see when potentially these storms could be moving in toward downtown San Antonio. Just real quick. So if you live in downtown San Antonio, give it a little bit over, I would say probably another 30 minutes to 45 minutes, and then we'll think about potentially seeing some storms there. So give it another 30 to 45 minutes there in downtown San Antonio, and these storms will be moving in. Again, more back building is still occurring here. So these storms are going to be continuing to develop all the way down to the Rio Grande Valley to the U.S.-Mexico border here. So this will probably start filling in more down toward Uvalde again, and then down toward the U.S.-Mexico border. And then all of this will continue to press down toward the south and east. So as it passes through San Antonio, it's already passed through Austin, getting close to the College Station region here. And this is going to be racing its way down towards the Houston area, Galveston, Beaumont, Port Arthur, Bay City, Victoria, the Beeville region, Corpus Christi. All these areas will get storms later on this evening. U.S. weather forecasting. Thank you for joining. You're new to the channel. Appreciate it. Tornado threat is more muted right now. It looks mainly like more of a convective wind event with a lot of these storms. If anything was to go tornado warned, it would be this storm up here, the supercell that we were watching up towards, the Waco region, just north and east of Waco. But currently we're not seeing any, real signs of any tornadic development. So that's why that's only severe warned. But big hail with that one. Could be seeing up to ping pong ball, potentially, with some of the hail cores showing up. When's the summer forecast coming out? May 8th to May 10th, somewhere in that time frame. So in the next week or two. I want to have all the new data before I put the new video out. Yeah, so up here in College Station, you see the storm's taking more of a bow echo type of shape here, which tells me that a lot of when the rain is kind of surging towards the southeast, we got a little bit of some enhanced wind potential here. So that is interesting in itself. And we have potentially, it says 60-mile-per-hour winds. I would put money down on this could be producing 65, perhaps pushing 70-mile-per-hour winds with the signature on the radar here. So we'll watch that as well. Let's kind of look at this a little bit more. Not really seeing too much in the way of rotation along this line, so that's good. No kinks in the line that we're seeing that's going to be producing any tornadoes or anything like that right now. Just a lot of wind, So we'll put this in motion for you guys. Yeah, this is just about to push into Bryan. So if you're in Bryan, College Station, you're probably seeing the darker clouds moving in, maybe a shelf cloud, a wall cloud, and stuff like that. And definitely some damaging wind potential. The next 5 to 10 minutes, get ready. Bryan to College Station. You're going to get hit in Bryan first. I have to go. Stay safe and have a great evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining, Linda. As always, I appreciate all the support. Thank you for watching all my videos every morning and watching my live streams and supporting the channel. Appreciate it. Have a good night. It goes for all the rest of you guys. Thank you for watching my videos every morning, commenting down on the videos if you guys have any questions, and joining the live streams as always. Appreciate it. Thank you all for the support. Yeah, the strongest part of the storm is past Austin. With usually a line of storms like this, you usually get the strongest push of wind on the leading edge. This would be known as an MCS or even a squall line. A squall line is a type of MCS, which if you guys don't know what MCS is, it's a mesoscale convective system. That's what this is here. Mesoscale convective systems come in a lot of different forms. You could have a squall line, you could have a derecho, you could even have, you just have a bunch of different things. A bow echo is a form of one, which is, a derecho depending on how far and distance it goes. Yeah, look at the back building down here. I wonder how tall some of these storms are too, because they got to be up there. This storm on the southern edge was real tall. Yeah, look at that. 58,000 feet, guys. That is how tall that storm is, just to the northwest of San Antonio. Absolutely producing some hail here, for sure. Whenever you see storm tops that tall, you know you're getting hail. You know it. A little bit of a hail core there, too. That's approaching I-10. So if you're traveling from Kerrville down to San Antonio, just wait. No, you don't need to move into this area because there's going to be some hail. There's going to be a lot of strong wind here. It's got some golf ball size hail. In fact, trained weather spotters reported golf ball size hail. So we have the golf ball size hail being realized here. So golf ball size hail reported and confirmed by trained weather spotters in downtown Bandera at 5:30 p.m. That was just, 23 minutes ago. 23 minutes ago, 5:30. 4-inch hail in the radar. It's probably the storm up here, if you're seeing that. I don't have a way of seeing it on this radar for some reason because it's not working, but I tried to pull it up earlier. But this would be the storm that you're probably alluding to. U.S. U.S. weather forecasting. It's this one here between Hubbard there and Hallsburg. That's the storm just south of Hubbard. That's probably has the potential to produce. At least on radar, 4-inch hail, but I don't think it's producing 4-inch hail. Not down to the surface, probably not yet, but and for some reason it only has 1 inch in diameter. I could bet you guys the hail is bigger than quarter size with this storm. We're probably pushing golf ball, if not tennis ball size. With the blues showing up here south of Hubbard, this has got to be around 2-inch hail here, at least 2-inch hail. So that's got to be up around golf ball size, ping pong ball, tennis ball. It's got to be some big hail here. So we'll continue to monitor the latest frames, and we kind of look back and see how this has strengthened over the past few frames. You can see the blues, look at that, really blowing up just south of the Hubbard area over the past few frames. It's weakened just a little bit. It was the strongest as it crossed over County Road 31, just between Hubbard and Waco. But wow, yeah, this storm is cooking. This storm's cooking for sure. Got some hail pushing farther south and east here. So I would watch this if you live in Wortham or Mexia. If this holds on, we could get some big hail down here. This could be approaching Highway 84 as well. We got a new tornado warning. So that's what we were watching here as the leading edge of these storms. Just because it's linear doesn't mean that this could not produce tornadoes. We got a new tornado warning just to the north of Bryan and College Station. This is for the Curtin, Texas region. This is radar indicated for northwestern Grimes County and east central Brazos County here into southeast Texas. This is until 6:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. A tornado warning here. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Wixon Valley or 7 miles northeast of Bryan, Texas. This is moving southeast at 40 miles per hour. So this is radar indicated rotation. We'll take a look at the velocity and the correlation coefficient in just a moment. But if you live in these areas, definitely heed the warnings. Mainly this is in rural areas and open areas. So that's some good news. Hopefully this is just radar indicated and continues to be so. We do not need a tornado up in these areas. So this tornado warning is just to the north and east of Bryan, Texas and College Station, Texas, between College Station and Madisonville here. And this is right along Highway 190. So this is crossing through Wixon Valley and then down here farther toward the Curtin, south and east toward the Curtin region. So let's look at the velocity here on this. We got a big surge of wind. You see all the yellows and oranges back here? That is probably 60 to 70 mile per hour wind surging farther toward the east. So if you're in College Station, you're going to get a big rush of wind coming into your area within the next few minutes. Bryan, Texas, you're seeing some wind-whipped rain right now with some 60 to 70 mile per hour winds for your area. And then if you live in Curtin, you're on the northern side of this. Again, maybe some rotation up here. There's a little bit of green showing up. We'll watch that. If there were to be a spin-up tornado, it would be right between Moore and Curtin, Texas here, right into this area as it pushes more towards the south and east or east-southeast. So please be sure to like the live stream. Press the thumbs up button down below. We need 20 more likes to get to 100. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. But yeah, look at all this wind here. We're seeing some big wind for sure. That's what all those yellows are. Yeah, you can see right here where the greens start to come together just a little bit near the Moore and Curtin region. That is where we could have a spin-up tornado, and then that would be pressing down to the south and the east-southeast toward the Keith area and Iola here. So we'll be watching that over the next few minutes with that new tornado warning. Correlation coefficient here. Looking at this, we're not really seeing too much there, so that's some good news. But again, that's an open area too, so we may not see that much if this decides to touch the ground. But right now, it is just radar indicated. We'll put this in motion for you guys. Yeah, there was a big surge of wind just to the north of Bryan there. I mean, there could be brief hurricane force gusts there with that. You can see how it kind of has, here, I'll go back to the frame. You can see how it almost looks like a bird. So I'll stop it there and kind of draw on the screen real quick. Look at how it almost looks like an eagle. Okay, you got the wings out this way, and then you got the wings out this way. That usually is a telltale sign that you got winds coming like this, like that, and then you got more winds kind of wrapping in behind that. So you got some pretty strong winds with a little bit of a mini bow echo developing here. We got an extension to the severe thunderstorm warning now, just to the east-southeast of Austin. This goes down closer into portions of south central Texas for the next 29 minutes here for southeastern Williamson County, northeastern Caldwell County, southeastern Travis County, Bastrop County, and Lee County in south central Texas until 6:30. So watch out for 60-mile-an-hour winds and a 1-inch quarter-size hail. This is moving east at 45 miles per hour, so this is picking up steam. We got a brand new severe thunderstorm warning that just came out. This is as far south and east. This does include College Station into the Navasota area and then just northwest of Brenham. This is for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts for Burleson County, northern Grimes County, Brazos County, central Washington County, and southwestern Madison County. This is in southeast Texas until 6:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near Curtin to near Snook to near Dime Box, moving east-southeast here at 40 miles an hour, 60-mile-per-hour winds, and nickel-size hail. So not quite to severe criteria on the hail, but 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts makes this a severe thunderstorm. So if you live in College Station, Bryan, Navasota, the Caldwell area, Somerville, the Snook area, Curtin, Burton, Wixon Valley, Milliken, and then down toward the Kyle Field area, Independence, Deanville, those areas, watch out for this as it pushes farther to the east and the southeast. And this is actually going to be approaching the Houston Metroplex here within the next couple of hours. So if you're watching from Houston or the Woodlands region, watch out. These storms will be approaching your area in short order here this evening. So in the next couple of hours. Still posing the risk for some damaging winds and hail. I do think, though, as these approach Houston, these storms still could be a little feisty, but I think they'll be losing their luster as the sun goes down. We'll start to lose a little bit of our energy and instability out here, but we'll still be watching the squall line. A lot of times the weather models like the HRRR, the NAM, the RAP model, sometimes they underperform the strength of some of these squall lines, and some of these squall lines overperform. So we can see that happen as well this evening. We'll see how far south and east this goes. Looking down here, we're pretty much just about done with the raindrops in Austin. So if you live in Round Rock, Lakeway, Austin, you are almost done with the severe weather potential there in Austin for the night. Will Florence, Alabama be all right tomorrow? Yes, Florence. If you live in northern Alabama, the severe weather threat for tomorrow is lower. I can show you that real quick here. So here's tomorrow's outlook. And Florence, you're just in the light green. So you're in northwestern portions of Alabama, just a general thunderstorm risk. The higher chance for severe weather is down here into mainly southern Georgia and north central Florida. So like Jacksonville, Tallahassee, Apalachicola, Panama City, Orlando, Tampa, Daytona Beach, and then on up toward like Brunswick, Albany, Georgia there. That's tomorrow. That's with that slight risk. And again, I wouldn't be surprised the Storm Prediction Center could upgrade this again to an enhanced risk depending on observational trends and what the models show toward the morning hours tomorrow. So we'll watch that for the overnight shift to see if the overnight shift of the Storm Prediction Center upgrades that. Let's go back up here to this tornado warning and see what's happening with the velocity signature here. Wow, a big surge of wind. So we're getting the wind now in College Station. You see these brighter highlighter color yellows and oranges? That is your 60, perhaps 70 mile per hour winds moving in. So you really need to watch it if you live here in the College Station area. Probably some tree damage with these storms for sure. And if not, you're seeing some hail as well. So very heavy rain. That's a certainty with these storms. Heavy, heavy rain. A lot of 60-degree dew points in this environment. Yeah, and you guys always have to kind of watch these leading edge type of storms here. You see where you kind of got a little bit of some divots in the line here. You always have to watch that as they push farther south and east because any one of these could develop a tornado in any one of those little kinks in the line. So we'll just continue to watch it. But this is, slowly but surely approaching the San Antonio, New Braunfels, Schurz, San Marcos, Lockhart area. So all those areas there along I-35, get ready from San Marcos to New Braunfels, Schurz, and San Antonio, including the downtown San Antonio region. Get ready potentially for some big storms within the next 30 to 45 minutes. Thank you for hitting the like button, Ice Cream. I appreciate it. Yeah, you're definitely yeah, I'm always here to help you out, Ice Cream. Yep, definitely. So if you have any questions for me, I'm always welcome to answer them. That's why I'm live for you guys. We're 9 likes away from 100, so can we please hit 100 likes in the next few minutes, guys? If you guys have not pressed the like button, please do so down below. It definitely helps out more than you know. And consider subscribing to the channel as well. We're quickly approaching 30,000 subscribers on the channel here. Next check, we are 520 subscribers away. We're 520 subscribers from 30,000. My goal is to reach that by May 1st. We're looking at the storms down here in southern Texas toward the Rio Grande Valley. These are getting more linear and kind of falling apart a little bit more, but they still can be packing a punch. We got ping pong ball size hail, at times seeing golf ball size hail down here. Got some bigger storms. We're watching these as well as they move towards the portions of Pleasanton and then down to I-35 down here toward the Nuevo Laredo area. These will be approaching Corpus Christi and Victoria, Texas later on this evening. Here, let me take the severe weather map off for tomorrow. All right, so getting up here just to the east of Waco, we still have this severe thunderstorm warning for the Mexia area, just up towards Waco here. Still a supercell. Again, there we go. They just updated it. Trained weather spotters, ping pong ball size hail. So I was wondering, earlier on they had quarter size hail as the hazard, and it looked bigger than that. So yes, they got it up to ping pong ball size hail here. That's the hazard, and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts is the threat with this. Trained weather spotters confirming ping pong ball size hail. That was reported in Hubbard, Texas. So Hubbard, Texas, there was ping pong ball size hail that was reported. So that's pushing toward the Mexia area, again through Hubbard, Coolidge, Lake Mexia, getting down into the Fort Parker State Park, Mount Calm, Fallon, Shiloh, and Prairie Hill, those areas. We got a new severe thunderstorm warning just south of Sulphur Springs. This is up into northeast Texas or North Texas. This is for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and half-dollar size hail. This is for Rains County in north central Texas until 6:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time this evening. This severe thunderstorm was located over the Emory area at around 6:06, so just a minute or two ago, and is moving east slowly at 20 miles an hour. So I'll put this in motion for you guys to see that storm as it pushes just to the south of Sulphur Springs. So this will go between Sulphur Springs and Mineola, Texas here. And this will be approaching County Road 154. Yeah, hail is a big deal. Even quarter-size hail can do damage to vehicles and also to people that are stranded outside in the hailstorm. So yeah, that's why we say get indoors and stay away from windows. Because even if you're by a window and you have a big hailstone that falls, and you have, say, even if it's just golf ball size or tennis ball size, it doesn't have to be, grapefruit or softball size. If you're by a window, it could shatter the window and you can get glass all over you. So you don't want glass all over you. That's why you say stay away from windows. But other than that, up here into North Texas, we're mainly just seeing some heavy rainfall. We still have that special weather statement up here. That weather statement's expiring in about 3 or 4 minutes. That was for winds over 40 miles an hour and some small hail just east of McKinney. Let's look at the velocity again on this storm. I don't think we're seeing much rotation. There's some decent rotation trying to show up here, but there's not enough to warrant a tornado warning right now. This is just west of Mexia, This is right over Highway 84. So if you live right along Highway 84 between Waco and Mexia, definitely watch out. This is heading down toward the Teague region, so Teague, Texas. And then maybe down toward the Buffalo, Texas area toward Interstate 45. So this will eventually be crossing over Interstate 45. So if you live in this corridor here, be on the lookout for maybe a rotating storm or at least some big hail for Mexia and also the Teague, Texas region. And then I would even watch it into Fairfield as well. Fairfield, Texas. We're 4 likes away from 100, guys. We need 4 more likes. Again, I appreciate all the support. We're still watching I don't think this storm. Let's see here. Let's look farther to the south. Let's put a new radar scan on here. This storm's still causing some pretty strong winds. Some 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts here through the College Station area as it moves to the southeast at 40 miles per hour. So let's put a tracker on this storm. So if you live in the Piedmont area in Texas, so Piedmont, Texas in 8 minutes, you'll have the 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts. Anderson, Texas in about 17, 18 minutes here. The Indianola region in about, or Apollonia region rather, sorry about that, 23 to 24 minutes. Richards, Texas in about half an hour. And then if it holds on into the Dacus region in 35 minutes. So we'll be watching you guys down there for some strong winds on the leading edge of this line of storms. We'll time out the storms farther to the south here. These are moving a little quicker, the east-southeast at 45 miles per hour. So let's time this out with the leading edge. So if you live in the Sabine area, or Sabine, you guys will be seeing storms in about 10, 12 minutes. The Northrop area in 15 minutes. Giddings in 16 minutes. Getting into the Warda region in 21 minutes. And then if it holds on, down toward the Waldeck area in about a half an hour from now. That is getting closer to the Houston metro area in about a half hour to 45 minutes from now. We'll time this out. We got another severe thunderstorm warning. Before we time it out, this does include downtown San Antonio. This is for big hail, guys. This is for golf ball size hail for San Antonio and also 60 mile per hour wind gusts. Okay, so this is a severe thunderstorm, was located over the Helotes area or 13 miles south of Boerne, Texas, moving southeast at 35 miles per hour. So this was at 6:10. This was 2 minutes ago. And we have a downtown area there of San Antonio is impacted by potentially golf ball size hail and 60 mile per hour wind gusts. And this also includes Schurz, Texas as well. The only exception to this warning is just on the southern side of San Antonio. So as you drive from downtown southbound toward the Pleasanton region or toward Hondo, you guys are out of that severe warning. But if you live in downtown San Antonio, North San Antonio, and then on up into Schurz, Texas, that is where we have the golf ball size hail and 60 mile per hour wind gust potential there. And let's time this out to show you how far away these storms are into the San Antonio region. So let's put a tracker on this as well. Whoops. I got to see how fast this storm's moving. 35 miles an hour. All right. All right, so yeah, we'll track this out for you guys there. So downtown San Antonio, you got 15 minutes, and then this will be in your area. So 15 minutes, this will be in downtown San Antonio. All right. So you want to be in your safe place. Again, inside, indoors, away from windows. It's not a tornado warning, but we still have the chance of some spin-ups here even into San Antonio. So we'll watch it there. But mainly some strong damaging winds and some big hail. This is up close to 2 inch in diameter. This is 1.75. This is 1 3/4 inches. Golf ball size hail possible. And this storm is really tall too. This has been the one that has been producing the huge tops to them. This is up to around almost 60,000 feet. It's lost a little bit of its tops, its anvil earlier. Still up to 57,000 feet. This is over 10 miles up in the atmosphere. This is approaching almost 10 and a half miles up in the atmosphere. That's how tall this storm is, pushing into San Antonio. So whenever you see a storm like that, you know you're going to get some big hail. And we got the chance of golf ball size hail here. And we'll put the storm in motion. So you can see it's building down towards San Antonio. And like I mentioned earlier, it's going to happen. San Antonio is going to get hit by this storm. And there it goes. About 15 minutes from now, this will be in downtown San Antonio. So it's starting to approach the outer edge of the city now here. The outer reaches of San Antonio right now. The outer circle of San Antonio. We're seeing that right now. So the northwestern side of San Antonio, the Helotes area, and then down to Leon Valley, and then eventually Schurz, Converse, Kirby. You guys will all see the big wind and the golf ball size hail with this storm. No, absolutely not, Melissa. Yeah, you don't need any golf ball size hail. Trust me. None of us want that. Believe me. I do have a question. If there's a water spout and it makes landfall, is that considered a tornado? Yes, absolutely. If a water spout's over water, it's a water spout. If a tornado is over water, it's called a water spout. And if that water spout moves onto land, it would be classified as a tornado. Yes. And depending on the characteristics, it could be also a land spout as well. It just depends on the atmospheric conditions in which that develops in. So that's what we're seeing. Mainly south central Texas, some severe weather. Over here in Florida, there's no severe thunderstorm warning, so we're not too carried away with Florida right now. It's all down here into Texas. We do have a couple of warnings farther north. We're watching this hailer up here, the supercell that continues to try to develop rotation just to the east of the Waco region. But other than that, we're not seeing anything too pressing right now with tornadoes. That tornado warning just near the College Station area has been allowed to expire or be canceled, so that's good. There's a little bit of broad rotation here. The greens and reds trying to come again back, close to each other. Come close to each other. We're not seeing that, but again, we'll watch toward the Groesbeck area, Teague, and then maybe over toward Fairfield here along I-45. Just watch that, all right? That storm will be pushing toward your area and towards Teague, Groesbeck, and Fairfield over the next 10 to 20 minutes. But we still have the chance here. Again, trained weather spotters are confirming ping pong ball size hail. They actually had ping pong ball size hail reported in the Hubbard, Texas area as that moved across in those areas. So we've already seen confirmation of that. And then we got a whole conglomerate of storms up here towards northeast and north central Texas, south of Sulphur Springs, between Sulphur Springs and Magnolia. We're seeing a severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and half-dollar size hail. So some decent severe hail up here as well. Some decent severe hail as well. This is only moving east at 20 miles an hour, so you have time to heed the warning. So again, there's no reason why you can't be indoors with this storm. You have plenty of lead time here for that, so definitely be indoors. And you don't have to be in a severe thunderstorm to have dangers from lightning. Lightning can be dangerous with any thunderstorm. It could be just a regular old garden variety storm, tornado warned storm, severe thunderstorm warned storm. Doesn't matter. Lightning can strike, well over 5 miles out from the storm, up to 10 miles, 15 miles out. Go a long distance. So we'll keep watching this as this approaches San Antonio. The last few frames still maintaining that hail core. That hail core going strong up here, approaching northern San Antonio. This is heading toward the Converse and Schurz area. So if you're in Schurz, Texas, Converse, Texas, this will likely be producing some golf ball size hail up toward your area rather soon. Sooner than later. How do I know from looking at the radar when a tornado could form? Here, I'll show you. So you go up here to the north, into the Waco storm here. Real quick. All right, see the supercell thunderstorm right here? Well, you can see its characteristics on the radar. You have, again, that kind of a little bit of a kidney bean shape to it a little bit. You got a little bit of an inflow notch in there. It's not strong, but it's there. So that's one characteristic. And then you go over here to the high resolution velocity, and you can see the reds and greens, if they come close enough together and get brighter, that means a tornado is potentially on the ground. We don't see the bright colors. It's there. The red and greens are together, but they're pretty broad. So that tells me that there's no tornado on the ground right now. And there's also not a tornado warning. So that the National Weather Service office up here does not think that is the case. So just a hailer up here right now. That's how you can see it. And there's other ways as well. Yeah, no problem, Lindsay. Yeah, definitely a great question. Absolutely great question. I'm all about education on this channel as well. So if you guys have any questions about anything like that, definitely don't hesitate to ask. Yeah, this is a big hailer up here. And here's another way. If you don't know how to read hail on here, you can't. Sometimes you can't just look at the radar and say, well, it's purple. It's got to be producing hail. Well, sometimes this could be just very heavy rain. But when you're seeing blues like this, like you can see the purples, and if you guys can see a little bit of some blues showing up, that's when you know you got some big hail. And then another way to look at this is, the echo tops. When you're talking about a storm that is, 40, 50,000 feet tall, you're talking about the chance for hail. No matter if the storm is a supercell or a line of storms, whenever you see storms over 40, 50,000 feet, you always have the chance for some big hail. Just because it's so tall, it's got a lot of cold air to work with. The taller it gets, you got to think the atmosphere as you go up, it naturally cools, but it cools more rapidly on the severe weather days, and that's why you get the big upward motion in the clouds, cumulonimbus clouds, and big anvils of the storms. You get a lot of cool pictures. But what's happening up in the clouds is a different story. There's a lot of different things that go into that. I don't want to bore you guys with that, but there's a thing, it's called lapse rate. It's the rate of which the temperature cools aloft, and the faster the rate of temperature change aloft and it gets cooler, the better the chance for hail. And the lapse rates today were 7 to 8 degrees Celsius per kilometer as you go up in the atmosphere. So every 1 kilometer, the atmosphere, it cools 7, 8 degrees Celsius, okay? That's what that means. Hey, Just Thing, thanks for joining. Hope you're having a great evening. Appreciate you being on the live stream here, as well as everybody else. Again, if you have not pressed the like button, be sure to press that down below. Subscribe to the channel, and also follow me on Twitter, hweather420. I'll be updating that as well periodically throughout the week with storm reports and also pictures of storms as well, of shelf clouds, whatever comes in across Twitter. I'll be retweeting that as well. And sometimes I have my own take on the weather on Twitter, so you guys can get more of a weather feed on Twitter. So if you like, weather all the time, that's a good way to do it, is go on Twitter and follow me, and I'll have more weather information. Not only do I have that on my live streams and my videos, but also on Twitter. So San Antonio, we're getting ready. We're getting ready. This is slow moving storm. It looks like a little bit of that hail core starting to strengthen there. We may have some hail producing some ping pong ball, golf ball size hail there in downtown San Antonio. We still have that chance of golf ball size hail, 60 mile per hour wind gust there. And it's not a fast moving storm, so we'll take some time to move into the downtown area there in San Antonio. But it will be there soon. It will be there soon. And this whole entire squall line, what we call an MCS, a mesoscale convective system, this will be propagating down toward Houston with time. And there could be severe warnings in Houston as well. So we'll be watching you guys through the evening here. And it looks like so there still is a possible tornado tag on this up here toward College Station. I wonder if I could see this from the Houston radar. I can, a lot better. Okay, great. So we got a possible tornado tag on here. This is just a severe thunderstorm warning, but possible tornado, hail under an inch, but 60 mile per hour winds. That's what the warning's out for. And this goes until 7 o'clock Central Time. So this is for the next 35, 36 minutes here. This is picking up steam, so this will be arriving in Houston faster than you think. This is starting to pick up steam now, moving southeast at 50 miles per hour, so almost at highway speed. And 60-mile-per-hour wind gust, nickel-size hail is the threat with a possible tornado tag on this. So that means a tornado could develop with this type of environment on the northern side of this line of storms. All right. So here's Houston. This is the Houston metro area, Sugar Land, League City, down to Woodlands, the Woodlands area. This is the Houston metro area in here. And here are the storms, not too far off the doorstep there to your north and west. So Bryan, Texas, College Station, and then getting down into the Navasota area, that's where those storms are. We just got another extension that extends down to I-10 here, just to the northwest of Columbus, Texas, for more damaging wind and hail potential. Northeastern Caldwell County, southeastern Travis County, Bastrop County, Lee County, and Fayette County. This is in south central Texas until 7:15 Central Time. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail here. We're watching for that threat as well. So let's put a tracker on this down here and see when it's going to arrive in the Columbus region. I did that wrong, just one moment. So let's see when it's going to arrive in the Columbus region here. So if you live in Winchester, this will be in your area in 15 minutes. If you live in Plum, Texas, in 23 minutes, and it will be arriving eventually in towards the Columbus area in about an hour. It says about an hour, so yeah, about an hour or so from now. All right. So watch it there. We can time out to see when these storms could be pushing into the northwest side of the Houston metro area. So we'll time this out as well real quick while we have it up here. So again, the Allen Farm area, Washington, next 5 to 10 minutes there. Navasota here in 14 minutes. Courtney, Texas in 21 minutes. Yarborough getting to Whitehall in about 25 minutes. Stoneham getting in 27 minutes. Pine Brook, 30 minutes out from the storm. The Magnolia, Texas region in 42 minutes. And then getting down toward the Pinehurst region in 45 minutes. And it's on the northwestern side of the Houston metro area, the Woodlands area, in 58 minutes. So just a couple minutes under the hour here. So I think as we get in toward about 7:30, this will be pushing into the northwest side of the Houston metro area, about 7:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. That's when we'll be watching for this storm to push in there. All right, hey, just think, try not to spam the chat, otherwise I'll have to time you out, all right? Let everybody chat down below. I see your comments. I see everybody's comments. Just try not to spam the chat, all right? All right, we're keeping an eye down here on the San Antonio region again. These storms are pushing into the northern side of San Antonio. So Leon Valley, Schurz, Converse, that's where we're seeing the storms. The leading edge of the storms are pushing in there. So this is the area we're watching for the strongest of the winds. These will continue to push down to the south and east through San Antonio, including the downtown San Antonio region as well. All right, man, I'm going to have to time you out. You're spamming my chat. Sorry about it. All right. All right. So, guys, just please don't spam my chat. I know you guys have comments and stuff, and I know most of you guys are good about it, but some people come on here and they spam the chat, and I want everybody to put comments down below and questions. So, when you got one or two people spamming the chat, it takes up the whole thing, and I can't see everybody's comments. So that's why I'm so adamant about it. So please don't spam the chat. Thank you. But getting down here through San Antonio, we got golf ball size hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts with this. Again, still, it is a public source, so the source is public. So we have golf ball size hail actually occurring, and also the 60-mile-per-hour wind gust threat. This is moving right into downtown San Antonio, and we'll put, again, a tracker on this. We already know where it's at, but to see how long away it is from San Antonio downtown, and it looks like in 11 minutes. So if you are in downtown San Antonio in 11 minutes, this storm will be in your neck of the woods. All right. So if you're watching me from San Antonio, downtown San Antonio, you got 10 minutes, 10 to 11 minutes, and this storm will be in your neck of the woods. You can see a lot of the metro area is going to be encompassing this storm. So again, the northern and northwestern side of the metro in San Antonio is seeing it, but this will be continuing to press down to the south towards the Floresville area, Schurz, and then eventually toward up, to the New Braunfels area, Luling. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. And then Gonzales, Texas, after that, down towards I-10. So those are the areas we're going to continue to keep an eye on here. We do have a couple of severe storms down here as well. This is for portions of the Rio Grande Valley again. This is down just to the U.S.-Mexico border. This is mainly producing some big hail. So we got ping pong ball size hail, but a secondary threat here of 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts with that storm as it moves southeast at 25 miles per hour. This is for northwestern Webb County in southern Texas. So we're watching that as well. We got an extension to the severe thunderstorm warning up here. A couple extensions. So we got another warning. This includes just south of the Sulphur Springs area between Sulphur Springs and Magnolia, Texas. This is in north central Texas here. Northern Wood County until 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Thunderstorm located over Emory, moving east-northeast at 20 miles an hour. 60-mile-per-hour winds and half-dollar size hail is the hazard with that one. And then the storm back down here that has been pretty long track supercell moving into Teague. This is an extension. We have into southern Freestone County, northwestern Leon County, and northeastern Limestone County. This is all in central Texas here. We have a warning for a severe thunderstorm located over Mexia, Texas, moving southeast at 40 miles per hour. And this goes in effect until 7:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. 60-mile-per-hour winds and half-dollar size hail with that storm. And again, we have a little bit of an appendage there, but I'm not too worried about any tornadoes because the reds and greens are very broad here, which means there's no tornado imminent with this. Again, this is right between Groesbeck and Teague. We have some broad rotation, but again, this is mainly a hail producer. So watch out for big hail. So if you live in Teague, Groesbeck, and then down to Buffalo, Texas, right along I-45 there, you definitely want to be inside in a safe shelter or away from windows as well, as that continues to produce the potential for some hail. It's a big hail as well, half-dollar size. Martin Moran Roofing, thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Yeah, the roofers around North Texas and Central Texas definitely are going to be have their work cut out for them over the next couple of days. So, are you a roofer as well? It says in your name, so I wasn't sure. Are you in North Texas? All right, we're going to take a look down here into San Antonio once again. Yeah, this is the leading edge of this is just moving into Leon Valley, Converse, and also Schurz, Texas here. And this is all rain cooled air. So back into Lake Hills, Helotes, and then up to New Braunfels, San Marcos. You guys are all seeing rain cooled air right now, and the severe threat has ended. The severe threat with the line of storms like this is along the leading edge. Once the leading edge of the storms passes through, your severe weather threat is essentially over. And then you're just going to see some heavy rainfall, some strong winds, and then behind that, you'll be drying out. So Austin, Round Rock, and Austin, Lakeway, all you guys up here on the downtown Austin area, your severe weather threat is over for the day. So you guys are good to go to sleep. For the night. You guys are good to go to sleep for the night there in Austin. You're going to be waking up. If you're going to sleep in San Antonio early on this evening, you're going to be waking up. We got some big storms there moving into downtown San Antonio with about 5 to 6 minutes to spare now. So about 5 or 6 minutes. This will be moving into downtown San Antonio and into Schurz, Texas here. big storms. These are some big storms, guys. Remember, I showed you the southern side of this line is almost 60,000 feet tall. Okay, so this has a lot of wind energy with it that I can tap into from the mid levels of the atmosphere. Has a lot of hail growth as well, potentially. So that's why we could have some golf ball, even ping pong ball size hail here. Be sure if you guys are with me on the live stream, we're doing live severe weather coverage. Thanks everybody for joining this evening. We're going to be covering these storms as they pass through San Antonio and get down toward the northwestern side of the Houston metro area. If you guys have not yet pressed the like button, please do so down below. It's the thumbs up button. Also consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. We're quickly approaching 30,000 subscribers. We're up to 29,483 subscribers. I would love to hit 30,000 by the end of April here. I appreciate it. Thank you, Liner Up. Thank you for pressing the like button. You are a roofer in California. Well, there you go. A lot of warmer weather over there in California. A little bit cooler than normal, though, going into the middle of May with an active weather pattern. With an El Nino coming up, you're going to see more of a subtropical jet with more active rains and active thunderstorms in California. Definitely much needed after all the drought you guys have been seeing out there. Hopefully you just don't get all the rain at once. I absolutely love this channel and the daily updates. Very professionally done. Many thanks. Absolutely. Thank you for watching every day and appreciate it. And supporting the channel on today's live stream. Thank you. Am I American or British? I live in the United States. I am an American. Do I sound British? So again, here's the Houston metro area, the Woodlands. That's the northern side of Houston. These storms are just approaching here. Again, this will be another hour or two out from Houston, so we'll be watching you guys. This will be approaching the Woodlands area within the next 50 to 55 minutes, okay? So this is such a big line of storms, I got to keep switching the radar sites around here. So look at the big area of surging wind. This is just south of College Station now. We got some wind. This is pushing down toward Brenham, Nova Soda, down toward the Windmere area or the Wymere area, and then eventually Columbus. You guys aren't under a warning there in Texas yet, but this will be approaching I-10 and then approaching the western side of the Houston metro area rather soon. So we are monitoring this storm very closely. Yes, little cool down. Little cool down in California today through Friday. Yeah, Friday it's going to be pretty warm, pretty cool down there in California with the active and unsettled weather. You're going to see a lot of cooler weather, probably into the first half of May as well. Name a city in the UK. I cannot name a city in the UK. I do not live in the UK. I live in the United States. I don't know much about the UK, to be honest with you. We're still watching this severe warning up here to the north. Again, just east of College Station. We got a mini bow echo going on here. Some enhanced convective wind potential pushing into Huntsville. This is not Huntsville in Alabama. This is Huntsville, Texas. So if you live in Huntsville, Texas, watch out. You got the apex of the bow pushing right up to I-45 here and into Huntsville. So watch out for possibly up to 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts with this and nickel-size hail. Law enforcement reported trees down in Grimes County or Grims County due to the strong winds. So that is due to this mini bow echo. This will be pushing through Madisonville now, approaching Huntsville here rather soon in I-45, and then pushing toward Trinity and North Cleveland. So this is north of the Houston metro area. We have that mini bow echo as well. So we're going to continue to watch that as we go over the next, say, 5-10 minutes or so. You can see that bow echo, the apex of that pushing right through the Huntsville area over the next 5 to 10 minutes. So it's quickly approaching I-45, that mini bow echo. Oh, London. Well, I only do the weather on North America, so I'm decent with geography. I just don't really look at the UK that much. But we like everybody that joins. If you're joining us here from Europe or Mexico or Canada or New Zealand, we always appreciate everybody outside of the United States to always join my live streams and watch my videos. Definitely much appreciated. Thank you. Y'all have a great day. Thank you for the weather, great weather service. Absolutely. Thanks for joining. Martin Moran Roofing. Thank you. Appreciate the support. Yeah, I'll put this in motion here. You can see that over the past couple of frames, you can see these storms have really continued to hold their own and actually strengthening the leading edge of these storms. Again, once the leading edge of these storms have passed through, the severe weather threat is essentially over. Okay, so the severe weather threat will essentially be over once the leading edge of these storms moves through your area. Down here towards San Antonio, we are seeing some storms moving in as well. That's the big area of storms here in the San Antonio region. Moving right into the downtown area. You're probably seeing some sprinkles. You're probably seeing some big lightning off in the distance or right over you, and it's moving in. So downtown San Antonio, any minute now, you're going to get the big wind and the big hail and also some big rain as well. So get ready for that. 60-mile-per-hour winds, and I do believe it's still capable. Okay, it was capable of producing golf ball size hail. We're still seeing quarter size hail potential here, so still can do some damage. This was located over Terrell Hills and near the San Antonio International Airport just a few minutes ago at 6:38. So it's moving southeast at 35 miles per hour. So it's in the San Antonio International Airport area there. So San Antonio, especially downtown San Antonio, Schurz, the Universal City area, Live Oak, Selma, Stinson Municipal Airport, the Randolph Air Force Base, Leon Valley, Helotes, up toward Kirby, Alamo Heights, Windcrest, Terrell Hills, Hollywood Park, and the Olomos Park, those areas, Olmos Park. You guys are going to be getting the big severe winds pretty soon. This is going to be a big surge of wind, a good rush of wind from the storm, and 60-mile-per-hour winds is approaching you very quickly this evening. I do not live in Ohio. I live in Illinois. Let's see. To the north, let's go up here and track this supercell. Again, we've been seeing this supercell cycle several times up here to the into the just east of Waco here. And again, we have a little bit of some inflow. Again, we've been seeing this for a while now, some inflow, but it's not really getting together and producing a tornado. This is mainly just a hail producer of a supercell down here into the Teague area. So if you are in Teague, you're seeing some big hail. Emergency management is confirming golf ball size hail here near the Teague region and also 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So imagine throwing a golf ball sideways. That's what we're seeing here with 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and golf ball size hail in toward the Teague, Texas area as this moves southeast at 35 miles per hour. Again, emergency management is confirming that. So Mexia, Groesbeck also moving into Teague. Buffalo, the Lake Limestone area, Langley, Fallon, Donnie, down to Freestone, Cotton Gin, down to the Dew and the Shiloh, Texas area. All those areas, watch out. This is going to be heading down toward the Centerville, Grapeland, and Crockett, Texas region here rather soon as it crosses over Interstate 45. So let's put a tracker on this storm here as it moves southeast about 35 miles per hour toward Crockett. This will be in Freestone in 4 minutes. So in just a few minutes, it'll be in Freestone, Texas. It'll be in Buffalo, Texas in 25 minutes. It'll be in the Malvern area in about an hour from now. So that just kind of gives you an idea of this is mainly over rural areas, but this will be pushing through some communities as it pushes across I-45 and into Central and East Texas over the next half hour to hour. Weather on the go. Why are we seeing so much monstrous hail? Seems like the hail in both Texas and Florida is much larger than normal. Well, we have an active subtropical jet. We're in the transition period from neutral, ENSO neutral, because we're just coming out of a 3-year La Nina. So we're going to an ENSO neutral. We're in that right now. And then we're transitioning to at least a weak El Nino by the time we end May and get into June. And then all signs maybe a moderate to strong El Nino event toward the fall and winter of this year. So we're slowly into that transition zone, which means we're going to see more of an active subtropical jet, stronger systems farther south than what we've seen, a lot of colder air aloft. The jet stream's much farther south. You know how cold it's been up in the Midwest. We've seen a lot of 40s and 50s up there for temperatures. That cold air aloft is there, but it's up above our heads down in Texas. So you have a lot of cold air to work with, well up, miles and miles up in the atmosphere. And all that takes is some hail to grow up there and fall to the surface with all the instability we have. You get the temperature difference from the surface to 10 miles up with some of these storms today, up to 50, 60,000 feet. A lot of cool air aloft, and you get some big hail. That's how that works. So yeah, that's what we're seeing. That's why we're seeing it. Hello, are we safe for the day in Greenville, Texas? I am not real sure where Greenville, Texas is. Here, let me look on my laptop. I'm from the Midwest. I have no idea where this is. So let me just look real quick. I'm definitely open to answering your question here. You're east of Dallas. So yeah, you're good there. You're just seeing some thunderstorms right now. So if you're like up into the Greenville area, yeah, that's right there. Greenville, you guys are done. Maybe seeing some sprinkles and maybe some light showers. Again, there's a couple of showers moving through the Dallas area back here, but all the severe storms and the heavy rain is farther off to your east. There's Greenville there, and Sulphur Springs down to Terrell, Mineola, and then over there toward Lone Star. You guys over there will be seeing that. But yes, you are done with the severe weather in the Greenville area in Texas for sure. So yeah, if you're back in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, McKinney, Plano, Garland, Greenville, pretty much in Sulphur Springs as well. Denton, back to the Fort Worth region, like I mentioned, Weatherford, up there towards even the Gainesville, Sherman area. You guys are all done with this severe weather. All of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, you are essentially done with severe weather for the night. Well, you don't be scared of. I know tornadoes can be scary, but never be scared of tornadoes. They're very rare, but when they do occur, they will have you covered on here. But no, you have no severe weather through the rest of tonight for the Greenville area. You're very welcome. Thank you for explaining that. I am from Minnesota, and it has been cold here. Absolutely. I think, though, in the Midwest, wait about another 1 to 2 weeks. I think in the second week in May, we're going to start to see this pattern change, and we're going to see warmer temperatures move into the middle of the country, including Minnesota, by the time we get towards Mother's Day weekend. So wait for that time frame. I know it's a couple weeks away yet, but yeah, we got a nice looking squall line. We got that low level jet starting to kick up this evening here across southeast Texas. And this will probably make it all the way to the coast of Texas, getting through the mid evening hours here. So we're going to be watching this from College Station down through the San Antonio region. We have a pretty nasty squall line moving through with some very strong winds and hail, and this will be approaching the Houston metro area within the next 45 minutes to an hour. So if you were in Sugar Land, Texas, Houston, or the Woodlands region, and then down toward Bay City, Galveston, Port Arthur, down to Beaumont, Texas, you guys will see the big storms within the next couple of hours. So be on the lookout for that. And we had that mini bow echo up here just around the College Station region recently. It's starting to lose its luster, but it is pushing through the Huntsville region with a possible tornado tag still on it. But we are still seeing potential for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, nickel-size hail with this, moving due east. So from west to east across this region, due east at 50 miles per hour. Law enforcement reported trees down in Grimes County. This is in Grimes County in Texas, due to the strong winds with the leading edge of these storms. So there already has been confirmation of some tree damage with this mini bow echo as it pushes through portions of the north side of the Houston area. So north of Houston there, toward the Huntsville, Texas region. I have to go. I'll try to come back. Have a great evening and stay safe, everybody. Thank you so much, Saunders, for joining. And again, thank you for your $4 donation to the channel earlier on. Thank you. Appreciate it. I appreciate all your support. Have a good night. Are the storms going to weaken by the time they get toward the tip of Texas area? I think they're gonna weaken. I'm guessing you're talking down here toward like Corpus Christi. Is that what you're talking about? Like Brownsville, Corpus Christi, Kingsville, Victoria, those areas. The storms on the southern side may start to kick up a little bit. They're a little bit more of a broken line the farther south you go. The main squall line is farther north for right now. We actually just had an extension to the severe thunderstorm warning here up towards the northern side of Houston. This is for the Trinity area, Huntsville, down to North Cleveland here as it crosses over I-45. This is for southwestern Trinity County, northeastern Grimes County, northern Montgomery County, western San Jacinto County, southern Houston County, central Madison County, and Walker County. All these areas. A big severe thunderstorm warning box here until 7:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. This is for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and nickel-size hail. So if you live in Huntsville, Willis, Madisonville, Trinity, the New Waverly region, Cold Spring, Point Blank, Riverside, the Huntsville State Park, Crabs Prairie, Oakhurst, Richards, and Evergreen, Texas. Watch out for this. This is moving east at 40 miles an hour. So watch out there in Trinity and North Cleveland as it crosses over I-45 here within the next, say, I think 20 minutes or so. And then getting back down to San Antonio. So we got some heavy wind, heavy rain, heavy wind moving through the San Antonio region right now. So if you're listening to me from San Antonio, you should be indoors and away from windows and riding out the storm here in San Antonio until it moves on through. The southernmost extent of this line is moving through San Antonio right now. All right. So yeah, we're seeing this squall line persists. There is some signs of the squall line beginning to weaken ever so slightly, especially in like the New Braunfels area. We don't have that severe warning there anymore, just a special weather statement for the next 5 or 6 minutes. This is just for wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour, nickel-size hail, but if it does, if the storm does re-strengthen, possible warnings could come out with that. So we'll continue to watch that as it moves to, towards the Victoria region. And again, Victoria, Texas, we may see that later on here this evening in the next couple of hours. All right, so let's time this out again and see how far away this is from the Houston metro area. The storm's moving to the southeast at 40 miles per hour. So let's see where the leading edge of the storm is here. Let's pause that real quick. So the leading edge is about right here. And we are going to put that through the Houston metro area to show you how far away this is and how long it will be. So if you live in Houston, Texas, in the downtown area there, if I can find it on this list, I'm not seeing it here. I'd say about an hour from now. All right, so Houston, Texas, in 116 minutes. So that is about an hour and a half or so. Watch out. So about an hour and a half from now, you will be seeing some severe weather in downtown Houston, potentially. If this storm continues to maintain its own strength, we could be seeing some severe warnings be extending into the Houston metro area within about an hour to an hour and a half from now. The northwest side of Houston, it'll be moving in about 45 minutes from now. And this will be moving into Brenham here in the next 5 to 10 minutes. And then this will be pushing down Interstate 10 and Highway 290 into the Prairie View region, Magnolia, Cypress, those areas. Get ready for some severe storms potentially if these do maintain their strength over the next half an hour or so. So we're seeing that. Again, thank you guys so much for joining live super weather coverage. If you guys like this coverage, be sure to press the subscribe button down below. Again, we'll do more of these live streams when severe weather strikes, and I like to do these, live streams before severe weather events to get you set up on what you can expect. We do those a lot of the times, and again, I'll have a video for you guys each and every morning. Again, I'll have another video for you guys at 9 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. We still got the warnings down here just to the north and west of Nuevo Laredo here and towards the U.S.-Mexico border. We have another hail producer down here, again producing some decent hail down here, just well to the west of Corpus Christi. Some of this is into Mexico there, but we have some hail down in this region. Not seeing really any rotation. If there is, it's very broad rotation, so that's why we're not seeing any tornado warnings with this currently. And this will be pushing down toward the Columbia region and in toward the far southern side of I-35 here into the United States. We got an extension to the severe thunderstorm warning down closer to the Floresville area, just outside of Floresville here in south central Texas. This is for southwestern Guadalupe County, northwestern Wilson County, and central Bexar County. This is in south central Texas. A severe thunderstorm was located over Kirby, Texas, or near San Antonio, Texas, moving southeast at 25 miles an hour. This goes in effect until 8 o'clock p.m. Central Daylight Time. So San Antonio, downtown, Schurz, Cibolo, Universal City, Live Oak, Selma, San Antonio International Airport, Stinson Municipal Airport, Randolph Air Force Base, Leon Valley, Kirby, Alamo Heights, Windcrest, Terrell Hills, Olmos Park, St. Hedwig, the Lavernia area, China Grove, and New Berlin, Texas. All those areas, watch out. We got some 60, perhaps 70 mile an hour winds there, and also some big hail that could be around $quarter to $half size. But that's all we're really seeing with these storms. A lot of the tornadic storms that we had that potential with earlier are pretty much said and done unless we get a spin-up tornado along the leading edge of this line of storms. That's the only way we would get it. But like I said earlier many times, once the leading edge of these storms pass on through, you guys are good. So Austin, Texas to Round Rock, the entire Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, Waco, and then back into the Killeen, Texas region, your severe weather threat is over for today. Abilene, Texas, San Angelo, you guys are all good. Wichita Falls, you're good. We still have that severe warning north of Tyler. This is mainly just for hail up here. Not a lot of instability up in this area, so I imagine this severe thunderstorm warning will not last too much longer as it passes closer toward Lone Star and the Gilmer, Texas area. And if it, it's again just mainly for hail, but also some 60 mile per hour wind gusts. Then we still have the storm that moved through Teague, produced that ping pong ball and golf ball size hail earlier on. That is continuing to move its way down to the south and east towards Centerville, Grapeland, and Crockett, Texas. And this is again has its eyes set on the Lufkin region, but it's pretty far away from Lufkin. It probably lose its steam before then. We'll see. But emergency management is confirming golf ball size hail with this storm and 60 mile per hour winds. This is near the Teague area, moving southeast at 40 miles an hour. So this is heading down towards Centerville, Grapeland, and Crockett, Texas. Again, guys, we are just, a decent handful of likes away from 200. That'd be awesome if we could get to 200 likes on today's live stream. I would be much appreciative of that. Thank you guys for joining. make sure to press that like button. Layla, thanks for joining. Hello, Weather on the Go. Getting golf ball size hail in downtown San Antonio right now. Really? Wow. Yeah, we're talking about San Antonio is moving in there into the downtown area rather quickly, picking up a little bit of speed there. And yeah, we're seeing some very heavy rain, probably some hail. We have a report of some golf ball size hail, according to Layla, down here into downtown San Antonio. So we're seeing the strongest part of the storm moving through the San Antonio region right now. The good news is there's no rotation, so this is just a straight line wind event, and also some hail. So thankfully no tornadoes, but we do have the threat for some straight line winds and some tree damage here. And also, like Layla mentioned, there's some hail falling, so we have to watch out for that. So make sure you are indoors and away from windows with this one into San Antonio. And that's the same thing if you live in Converse, Schurz, Seguin, up toward Luling, the Walder area, and then getting up there toward LaGrange. Just be indoors and away from windows. So we're going to continue watching this as it passes through San Antonio. The strongest part of the storm with the strongest winds have just passed through San Antonio. So I would imagine the winds, if they are still strong there in downtown San Antonio, they will be starting to ease up within the next 5 or 10 minutes. Probably be able to start easing up on the wind there in the next 5 or 10 minutes. Just due to the fact that this line of storms has already passed, the leading edge has already passed through your area. So we should be good in San Antonio downtown within the next few minutes with the severe threat as this eventually pushes its way farther down here toward Floresville and then Gonzales. And this line of storms is trying to break up a little bit. We don't have a complete line of severe thunderstorm warnings, but there's still plenty of them to go around. So this may try to make it down to the Woodlands region, Houston Metro, Sugar Land, and maybe Victoria, Texas. We'll have to wait and see. I probably won't be on live by the time it makes it to Houston, though. All right, but we'll continue to see how long I am on here. Again, this is mainly just a convective wind event, so as long as there's no tornado warnings, that is some good news. Just rain here in southern Huntsville, Texas area, and lightning. Yeah, the Huntsville area, you guys saw that little bow echo just west of you. It looked like it weakened before it moved into your area there. Yeah, you have a lot of heavy rain pushing through Huntsville. You just might, let me look here real quick at the radar loop. Yeah, it looks like the strongest part of that storm is moving just south of College Station. I was going to say that was going to push up toward Huntsville, but that looks to be moving down towards the Navasota area, Brenham, and then Woodlands, and then maybe even North Cleveland. That area there, into the western side of Houston. This is a pretty nasty line of storms, and it's approaching Houston fairly quickly here as it pushes from west to east around 40 to 50 miles an hour. So we're definitely concerned about this for sure. So yeah, Houston, Texas, Sugar Land, Woodlands, we're watching you. Again, we're just about 30 to 45 minutes away from this moving into the western side of Houston here. So I would say about 7:30, 7:45, this will be moving into the western side of Houston. So if you're watching me from the Houston area, that is what we're expecting. So western side of Houston, not quite to the Houston downtown area, but western suburbs of Houston there. This will be moving in at about 30 to 45 minutes from now. And again, you got these deep blues and at least the deep purples and blues showing up from time to time. Those are the hail cores. And then you got the leading edge of this storm. This is going to be bringing our strong damaging winds as it surges to the south and east. A lot of deep instability. We got a deep instability reservoir still left over here. And let's kind of zoom out and let's show you let's get off the radar real quick and show you what the HRRR model is showing here of what we can expect with this line of storms. So let's go to the 22Z here. So this is about 8 o'clock. So this is a little bit slower. The model's a little bit slower than what the radar trends have been, but this gives you a general idea of what you can expect. Um, this is 8 o'clock when I stopped it, so this is pushing into the Houston area. Put this ahead by another county or two. That's probably where that line will be. So by the time we get to 8 o'clock, this will probably be down toward Victoria, Beeville, the western side of Houston there, up toward Lufkin. And then as we get toward the 9 o'clock time frame, this will be pushing through downtown Houston. And the HRRR model has this line strengthening, if not holding its own, through Victoria, Texas, Bay City, Sugar Land, up to Woodlands, Houston Metro, down toward Corpus Christi, Kingsville. Those areas getting the severe storms going through the mid-evening hours, 9, 10 o'clock, and then this crosses over the Texas coastline there by the time we get to 10, 11 o'clock this evening. So about 10, 10:30, 11 o'clock, this will be starting to weaken and also cross over the Gulf of Mexico and off of land there into off coastal Texas. So that is what the timing of the storms are. So it looks like as if the models are showing this line of storms not really slowing down much, maybe weakening slowly, but really maintaining its strength right through the Houston, Victoria, and Corpus Christi areas over the next couple of hours through the middle of this evening. So that is currently what we are looking at for the timing of the storms the rest of this evening, going through about 10, 11 o'clock. Yeah, so anybody in San Antonio right now? Let's go back to the radar. Anybody in San Antonio can tell me what happened? Did you guys have any? I know there's a report of possibly golf ball size hail there, according to Layla, but um, is the rain starting to lighten up there? If Layla's still here on the live stream, can you give us a little bit more of live coverage down there, ground truth from San Antonio? What are the weather conditions like? Is the wind starting to lighten up down there? There's probably still some heavy rain there into the Shores area in San Antonio, but the heaviest of the rain and the wind is now on its way down toward the Floresville and Gonzales region. Probably more of sub-severe winds in Gonzales, but the Floresville area, we may see some 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts soon. Yeah, it's a slow-moving storm, Layla. So yeah, it's only moving about 30 to 40 miles an hour. So it's not. It's going to be producing a lot of heavy rain in a short amount of time. So it's not one of those real fast-moving lines. These are moving slower. Hail stopped, really windy still. Yeah, you're going to see the wind a little bit there in the San Antonio region. You're on the southern side of this line too, so a lot of wind energy, a lot of hail potential there. I think over the next 20 minutes, you'll probably see some rain, and then it'll lighten up probably closer to the bottom of the hour at 7:30. 7:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. It'll start to lighten up there in the San Antonio and the New Braunfels area. And then again, there's Houston. There's Houston right here. Again, the storms are approaching the Houston area. So here's the Houston metro area, and then you can see the outer circle of Houston here, going through portions of southeast Texas. So the storms, the warning's not too far away here as it pushes toward the Houston area over the next, say, hour or so. Any tornado concern in Bryan College Station area? No, the tornado warning has been allowed to expire or be canceled. The Bryan College Station area, you're on the northern side of the squall line, and the strongest winds are pushing through your area as we speak. So whatever you see right now is what you're going to get. This should be clearing out in the Bryan area within the next 5 to 10 minutes. But if you're in College Station, you got some heavy rain, some wind moving through down toward the Navasota area, Brenham. But then over the next, I say for College Station, 15 minutes, you should be able to clear out from the strongest part of these storms. So no tornado threat there in the College Station or Bryan, Texas region. Let's kind of zoom out here, see if there's any warnings in Florida. We do have a warning down here into southeastern Georgia, I guess we could get to here, and it just popped away right as I zoomed in. But this was the storm west of Darien, Georgia, that did have that warning on it. This was, I would imagine, probably for like quarter size hail, but it has allowed to have been expired or has been canceled. So that is some good news. But just watch a couple of these storms into southeastern Georgia around the Brunswick, Darien region. There could have some smaller, maybe some at times isolated large hail up to quarter size here over the next couple of hours, but no organized severe storms. Just one or two of those could be severe. The more organized severe weather is into Texas here today. The severe weather threat on your Saturday will be farther toward the east and towards Florida, southern Georgia with a slight risk. We'll show you that here in a few minutes before I get off the live stream. Yeah, if I don't get off the live stream soon, I'll be losing my voice, even though I've only been live for about 2 hours here. But because I got to do a video for you guys for tomorrow morning, I'll have a new video update at 9 a.m. Central Time. So if you guys like detailed weather breakdowns on North America, including southern Canada, the United States, or the tropics, this is the place to be. So make sure you press the subscribe button down below. Also, like the live streams, like my videos each and every day, because the more likes we get, you know, the more the video gets out to as many people as possible, okay? And all we need, guys, we only need 7 more people to subscribe to the channel, and we'll be at 29,500 subscribers this evening. So if we can get 7 more people to subscribe, and we only need 51 more likes, and we'll be at 200 likes as well. So thank you guys so much for helping me reach my goals for today. And that means if we can get to 29,500 subscribers, we'll be at 30,000 with 500 people left to get to that. So thank you so much for all the growth. Lindsay, new subscriber here and grateful for your broadcast. Well, thank you so much. Thanks for joining. I always like helping people out here, especially with severe weather coverage and my daily videos. Yes, I love those detailed reports. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thursday's hitting North Texas again. I don't know about that in Thursday. I don't know about Thursday. Let's kind of look at that a little bit since you guys want to know about the longer range a little bit. We know what's happening down here. We got some damaging winds and hail. That's going to continue to occur. Just stay indoors for that. Let's go to some of the weather models and see what we have coming up over the next couple of days and look into next week briefly. And then I will show you the severe weather threat for Saturday. And then we'll get out of here after we time out some of the storms once again for Houston area. And then we'll have a video for tomorrow. I linked her your stream. Well, thank you so much. Have a friend in New Braunfels, and my aunt was okay. Hopefully they're all safe from the storm. So let's look at the HRRR model here. This is what we are looking at currently. This is what we're expected to see over the next couple of hours. Again, that line of storms will be pushing down in towards coastal Texas, Corpus Christi, Victoria, Houston Metroplex, up toward Lufkin. Those will be weakening, but they will be still packing a punch through the rest of this evening toward the 10, 11 o'clock time frame. And then as they cross off the coast, they will weaken, and we'll see an end to the severe weather threat very significantly through the midnight and 1 a.m. time frame. Maybe some thunderstorms up here toward like Texarkana, Little Rock, the eastern side of the DFW Metroplex. Those will likely just be producing some heavy rain, some smaller pocket change hail, sub-severe hail. Likely not seeing any severe weather or tornadoes during that time. The instability just won't be there. But let's look ahead towards our Saturday time frame. So we got more severe weather farther east. In fact, let's look at the severe weather outlook for Saturday. This is for tomorrow. And we have a severe weather threat level 2 of 5. And the yellow shaded color across southern Georgia, down here toward the Dothan area into far southeastern Alabama, much of north central Florida. So this is from the Apalachicola region, Panama City, Tallahassee, Jacksonville, Orlando, Tampa Bay, getting down there towards Cape Coral, those areas, Daytona Beach, St. Augustine, Palm Coast, Gainesville, the Gainesville region, Palm Bay, those areas. Watch out for the storms going in towards your Saturday, and even some marginally strong storms up there into South Carolina toward Columbia and the Augusta, Georgia region as well. New Orleans, Mobile, watch that. That's as we go into the early morning hours. Looking at the hazards for tomorrow, What the storms could bring to the table, it looks like the tornado threat is still there. We have a 5% shading for tornadoes, so there's certainly a heightened potential for some rotating storms across southern Georgia, extreme southeastern Alabama, into north central Florida there on your Saturday. Looking at the damaging wind potential, again, a 15% shading of winds that could be over 58 miles per hour there on your Saturday as well. And then looking at the hail threat, that is again a 15% shading, mainly across coastal Georgia and coastal Florida there toward the east coast there of Florida, from around Savannah, Georgia, down through Jacksonville, Jacksonville Beach, Orlando, Daytona Beach, and down toward Port St. Lucie. So the Port St. Lucie region, Orlando, Palm Bay, Daytona Beach, St. Augustine, Palm Coast, Jacksonville, Jacksonville Beach, Brunswick, and on up there towards Savannah, Georgia. Watch out for some big hailers. That is on your Saturday. And then going into Sunday, we have that marginal risk again. This will be across central and southern Florida. So Miami, Naples to Tampa Bay to Orlando, and then out and up here into the eastern Carolinas, Myrtle Beach, Charleston, Wilmington, getting up into Virginia Beach. That is going to be a much lower threat on Sunday. Not much time for instability to build. And then that system will push up the East Coast and become a rainmaker, getting through much of the weekend into early next week. So let's look real quick. Let's take this off the screen and time out some of the storms on your Saturday real quick using the NAM 3KM model here. So going through that time frame, this is going in toward, if it wants to load, there it goes. Getting in toward your 7 a.m. time frame. All is quiet for the most part across the southeast. Our big MCS or MCV, the mesoscale convective vortex, mesoscale convective system, will be pushing across the Gulf of Mexico through the morning hours on your Saturday. Afternoon, that MCV, mesoscale convective vortex, will be pushing across the southeast. That's where we'll spark some severe weather, peak daytime heating tomorrow across north central Florida. Watch out for these individual supercells. These could be producing some tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds. And then we'll have a secondary line of storms. This will push through after midnight toward early Sunday morning. That will coincide with that marginal risk across the eastern Carolinas, coastal Georgia, and much of south central Florida there through your Sunday time frame. So watch out for that. And then we got some heavy rain, a very nice soaking rain up here for the mid-Atlantic going through your Sunday time frame. So it's probably a good day to stay indoors, watch some movies, watch some reruns, some shows across portions of the mid-Atlantic and Northeast on Sunday. It's going to be a very icky, very soggy day outside, very muddy day. Just stay indoors. Going to be very interesting. Lots of rain in that area as well. And believe it or not, as much as I don't want to tell you this, there will be some chances for snow falling up here into the northern Wisconsin, the UP of Michigan, and then on up to the Arrowhead of Minnesota. This will cross over into the Thunder Bay region, on up into Ontario. We could be seeing some snow or rain-snow mix going into Sunday time frame here. Unfortunately, I know we've had a lot of snow this season. It does look as if we're going to see more snow going into that Sunday time frame as the system really wraps in some colder air. And some of the snow could be as far south as like the Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin area, Dubuque, Iowa, Rochester, Eau Claire, the Twin Cities yet again, Madison, those areas. And we could maybe even have some light snowfall accumulations on grassy surfaces, especially in the northern Wisconsin going into your Sunday time frame. All right. So let's go look at the radar one more time to see what the Houston Metroplex is looking like here. Again, pretty nice looking squall line, still going strong here. Just west of Houston, this will be pushing through very quickly. Let's time this out here real quick and see when these storms will be pushing in. So let's look real quick to see how fast these storms are moving. 40 miles an hour or so. So looking at the Houston metro area, so we are looking at you guys there. It's going to be pushing into North Houston in about 77 minutes. So about an hour and 7 minutes from now, that will be pushing into the Houston metro area, at least on the northern side of the metro. and then pushing into downtown Houston in about an hour and a half from now. Okay, so that will be about 8:15 or so. All right. That'll be about 8:15, 8:30. That is when that storm will be pushing through Sugar Land, Houston, League City, down toward the Woodlands region, and then even farther into the evening toward the Beaumont region, and also Port Arthur, Galveston, Bay City, and also down here into the Victoria, Texas region and Corpus Christi, Kingsville, those areas. We'll see that fill in after 9 o'clock towards 10, 11 o'clock, and then starting to move off the coast of Texas by midnight. That's kind of the timing of the storm. So, yeah, Corpus Christi area. Here, let me go over to the HRRR model real quick to answer this question here. So here's Corpus Christi, and again, this model's a little bit lagging with the timing of the storms. I think about 9, 10 o'clock, these storms will be pushing into Corpus Christi. Damaging winds and hail will be by far the main mode of severe storms. The severe hazards with the storms. A brief tornado spin up is still possible, but mainly damaging winds and hail. That'll push through by 11 o'clock, and then by midnight, this will be clearing out from the Corpus Christi area, and you can go to bed then as these storms will push across the western Gulf of Mexico. Well, I can't be live through late evening. I wish I could. My voice is already I can already feel it. I need to eat dinner yet, and I also need to get a drink of water and get ready for my video tomorrow. I wish I could be live through late evening. I've been on here for a little over 2 hours. Let's see, I've been on here for about almost 2.5 hours. So I appreciate you joining, but yeah, I will have more updates on Twitter. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, HWeather420, I'll be posting some updates on there and retweeting some of the warnings coming out this evening as well. All right, so you can have an update on there if you can follow me on Twitter. Thursday has, let's look at Thursday real quick because a lot of people are saying Thursday is going to be something too. Let's see here. Let's look at the GFS. That's all I have access to. Let's look at the dew points. You're talking about Thursday? I got to see what's Thursday's on the 4th of May. Yeah. Thursday's on the 4th of May. So let's zoom in here to Thursday. I mean, right now the GFS is showing some pretty high dew points in here. You got a pretty deep instability reservoir, but you got to know today's only Friday, so this is going to change a million times before we get to that point. But yeah, there's a decent amount of instability and moisture moving up here. Let's look at the instability though. That's the dew points. Let's look at the surface-based CAPE. Yeah, you got some decent CAPE in here showing about 2,000, 3,000 joules per kilogram. But we also, just because you have dew points in the 60s and 70s and CAPE values over 2,000 doesn't mean you'll see severe storms. You got to have the wind shear. So let's look at the wind shear values. Let's look at the mid-level jet. Okay, so it looks like the jet stream is going to be oriented like this next week. We got a little bit of a subtropical Pacific jet here. Another little jet stream trying to poke up there. Yeah, a little bit of convergence down here or diffluence in the jet stream where you have a little bit of a jet streak there and you have more of a jet. Whenever you see the jet kind of open up like that, all right, just take this into account, guys. You see the Pacific jet moving up kind of like this into the Rockies, and then you see a southern jet kind of like this. That's what we call diffluent air, where the jets are kind of moving away from each other, and that's kind of across the southern plains here. So that will be something to watch potentially, according to the GFS, as we get towards the middle and end of next week, potentially. Let's look at the low-level jet. The low-level jet does not look very concerning right now for tornadoes. At least during the afternoon. Again, there's a little bit of some wind energy with the low-level jet down here in West Texas. But right now, it does not look like the low-level jet is that impressive going into next week. So that is lacking, at least on this weather model here. But there are some there are some supercell composite values growing there, and this is why I mentioned this, okay? You guys remember back on my videos, if you guys watch my videos, I did say the first week in May, the severe weather will be maximized across Kansas, Oklahoma, much of Texas, and many of the same areas. And into the second week in May, that could spread farther north into at least the lower Midwestern regions. So places like Nebraska, Iowa, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, or maybe even Wisconsin toward the second week in May, toward the middle of the month. So we'll see if that comes to fruition. But yeah, that's what it's looking like. Yeah, you're welcome, Roger. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. Hopefully, you can stay safe down there. Again, just make sure you stay tuned to Twitter if you have any Twitter, you have a Twitter account or anything like that. If you have a Twitter account, just follow me on Twitter at hweather420. I'll keep you covered with some latest of warnings and stuff like that throughout the evening hours. Chilly rain here in Delaware, really. Yeah, you're going to see that through the weekend. Yeah, so just something interesting to look at for next week. But looking at the total precipitation going all the way through that time frame, you can see the most active weather with the brighter colors that indicates more rain. You can see will be across the southern plains and then on up the east coast. Classic transition to an El Nino type of pattern, and it's much drier up to the north here. As expected, that will continue into the second week there in May, but the pattern could change and we'll see what happens. But looks like the heaviest of the rains will be focused here across the southern United States, the eastern United States, and up toward the upper Great Lakes region, kind of like that, with drier air back here to the west. That is currently what we are expecting going through the towards the second week there in towards May. And if I can extend this a little farther towards the second week in May there, you start to see more active weather farther north, like I mentioned. So you start to see that more into the upper Midwest here, start to see more storm action. We start to see more active weather across the West Coast, the Pacific Northwest, also some more action down here. So a lot of the country will be active there, I think, toward Mother's Day weekend. So we'll have to watch that. I know a lot of people for Mother's Day weekend, they, take their mothers out for lunch or go outside and like enjoying warmer weather for Mother's Day weekend. I know that could be a period to watch for heavy rain and severe weather. We'll continue to keep you covered. I'll have another update. I do long range videos sometimes, and I'll have my summer forecast video. That'll be coming out on May 10th or so. My hurricane forecast video coming out in the next couple weeks. My May 1st, my monthly weather forecast for May will be coming out on May 1st. Lots of great stuff. Thank you, Linda, for your $50 donation. Thank you so much. Wow. Thank you so much. That means a lot. Appreciate it. Everybody, please thank Linda. Give her a round of applause, a big round of applause in the live stream chat for her $50 donation. Wow, thank you. All right, guys. Well, hopefully that clears it up for you. Again, one more look at the radar down here, and then I will be off for the evening. I will be coming back for a video tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. So be sure to hit the notification bell, subscribe to the channel if you're not yet, and also like this live stream, like my video every morning. I definitely appreciate all of the support, including you, Linda. Thank you. Thank you, Linda, and also Saunders for your donations today. Appreciate it very much. So generous. They just extended this warning. This is coming into the western side of Houston here pretty soon. This is for the Columbus area, Weimar, also the Brenham region, and Navasota. This is for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and some quarter-size hail. So that is what we're seeing right now. And again, this is for Brenham, Navasota, Sealy, Hempstead, Prairie View, Belleville, Columbus, Eagle Lake, Washington, Shelby, Weimar, Pine Island, those areas, Industry, Texas. And this will be pushing into Houston within the next hour. So 8:30 or so, watch out, Houston metro area. You are going to see some severe weather likely with this line of storms, okay? All right. Thank you so much for the live stream. God bless. Thank you so much for joining. Much appreciated. Every one of you guys. Thank you. I'm not sure what you mean by that, John. Honestly, I'm not too sure what you're trying to say there, but everybody, regardless, thank you guys so much for watching. I definitely appreciate it, and I will be back for a video tomorrow. So thank you so much. I'm a 76-year-old grandma who likes to encourage awesome young people like this young man. Thank you so much for the support, Linda. Appreciate it. Again, thank you so much for the $50. I mean, that is very generous. Thank you. It will go a long way in supporting this channel. You're welcome, Robert. And Melissa, you're welcome. All right, guys. So for Robert, Melissa, Linda, thanks for joining. John as well. And Layla, Marcus, EP, thanks for joining. Thanks for joining Tim Key. And Roger, Lindsay, thanks for joining. Thanks for joining Blue Manta Media as well. Saunders, Goverlord, thank you for joining. Liner Up, thank you for joining as well. Ice Cream, thanks for joining. U.S. Weather Forecasting, thanks for joining. Mad Max, thank you. I appreciate it. Rain Maves, thanks for joining. Tanner, Tyler, Trevor Mapping, thanks for joining. Juan, thank you. Jawan or Juan, thank you for joining. Zen Mom, thank you for joining. Saunders, Bleecker Family, Sandy, Catherine, all you guys, thanks for being interactive on today's live stream. Thank you for joining. Appreciate it. I hope everybody has a great night. Stay safe out there, especially if you live in the Southeast Texas. I'll have more updates on Twitter later on this evening, all right? If there is a live stream tomorrow, it will be late afternoon into the evening hours, and it will be across the Southeast in Florida, Southern Georgia, and Southeastern Alabama, all right? So if I go live tomorrow, it would be late afternoon and evening. Otherwise, it will just be a video update at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. That'll be Central Daylight Time, all right, guys? Stay safe. Thank you guys for joining. For me, I'm Weather on the Go. Have a good night, everybody.